morning, everyone. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Let's get this out of the way now, right? There it is. There it is.
You have
one down.
9 chips remaining.
9 to go. Cashing one in today. Thought I would be okay. You know, I was seeing red last night. Welcome to Ben and Woods, by the way. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone, as well.
Doesn't feel like a fiesta.
It sure doesn't. It sure doesn't. I got 9 chips left after this morning. But welcome in, Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Randall. He's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
You guys knew it was coming today, right?
Had a feeling.
Yep. We did not text about it. I just brought my chip in. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. And I'll tell you, on a chip day, if I were you on a chip day, I would just give me a wide berth. You know what I mean?
I will.
Don't try to sell me.
Don't worry.
That they're so unlucky.
I'm not using. I don't have.
They're
chips,
actually good.
But the turd polish store is closed at the moment. I'm out. My supply is out right now. I'll refresh at some point.
All right. That's
I got
good.
nothing. I got nothing.
Well, you know what has exacerbated the whole thing is what happened to me after the game last night. The game in and of itself was terrible. It was like Paulie said the other day, it has been ringing in my ears. I wasted 2 hours watching a pathetic, futile offense go up there and rip balls into the ground.
Yeah, I can handle a loss.
100%.
You don't win every game. It's baseball.
Of course.
You lose
I'm not a
all
casual. I get it. All I preach to my little leaguers is all you do in this game is fail. That's literally all you do. The wins are so rare. They're so rare that you got to get to be okay with failure. But I think for Padres fans, I think everyone's frustrated. And I think it's for great reason. This is not a 2026 thing. This has been 5 years of this. I mean, you bring in the best hitters on the planet. They come here, they're like, I don't know how to hit anymore. I mean, Trevor McDonald is going to shove it down your throat last night. A guy that...
Not Luke?
Is it Luke? It's Trevor. It's Trevor. I was so mad. I tweeted Luke. I don't even know who Luke McDonald is. I was so mad. I was seeing red. So this is what happened to me after the game, though. So I'm laying there and I'm seething. I mean, my ears are burning. My hair is, my skin's tingly. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do. I don't want to go on Twitter because I know that's going to piss me off. I was like, all right, just chill out. I'll watch a movie. So I put on Green Book, okay, with Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. Great movie, won an Oscar. And it's okay, kind of a heavy movie. I was like, I need something heavy to go to sleep to. I didn't want something light. I wanted to wallow in it. So I'm laying there, and I finally fall asleep. Well, then something on the movie, they knocked really loudly, and it woke me up because I fell asleep with it in my ears.
Certain sounds, yeah.
This was at 11:07. That's what it sounded like. And it scared me. So I wake up, and I go, oh, no. What? Oh, and I get up and run to the bathroom, and I vomit into my toilet. Bad. So I'm now like, okay, I feel a little better, and my stomach was so tight. So I go lay down in bed. Not 20 seconds later, my 5-year-old walks in. He has had a bad dream, probably because he heard his dad vomiting the contents of his dinner into the toilet. So he walks in, so he gets in bed with us. Now, you had little kids at one point. This dude, it would be like, okay, picture yourself, all of you listening, you're in bed and you're cozy for the night. And then a guy walks in and he brings a 47-pound salmon into your room and throws it in bed with you.
It's true.
Could you sleep?
Thrashing around.
Could you possibly sleep?
Alive salmon.
Alive salmon.
Not a dead fish.
He just caught
fish.
it.
Yes.
He just caught it. Yeah. And he throws it in bed with you. And he goes, good night, bud. Sleep well. And you're laying.
So true.
So I would start to doze off and I would feel in my back.
Yes,
he would kick me.
Kick you.
And I'm like,
you so often.
Bro. And so I'm pushing him away. I'm pushing him like, go to your mother. And I'm like, now I start to panic because it's past midnight right now. Like it's getting close to midnight. And I am in full panic mode. The brain is going,
I didn't want salmon. I said it 4 times.
So I'm
it's so true.
It's so true.
And,
It's just
and you feel
thrashing.
you feel both annoyed, but it's also your kid.
It's my baby. It's my baby boy.
I shouldn't be getting as mad as I am, but stop kicking me. I'm trying to sleep.
Please stop moving. Please. You're fish. You're a fish. And so I'm laying there and I'm like, and then, look, for this gig, you want to be sharp in the morning. And I knew at getting close to midnight, I wouldn't be. And I knew it was going to be difficult. So then the brain starts going overdrive. So then I'm laying there with him. And I go, oh, no, it's not done. And I go back into the bathroom and it gets deeper and deeper. And I 2 more times and I'm laying there going, all right. Like I had some blackened ahi tuna for dinner. I don't think I can ever eat it again. I honestly, I don't think I could ever eat again. Now, part of this is the Padres' fault as well, that they did this to me. I'm like, I've told you guys before, I stress eat during these games, right? These really crappy, pathetic showings. I had some leftover, not a lot, but a little bit of leftover spaghetti with ground turkey. And so I was like, I'm going to go just finish it because that's what I do. I stress eat. So I ate that. We had dinner at 4. We're talking probably 10 o'clock. So it's like another meal. But I vomited up ahi, tuna, and spaghetti. Two of my favorite things. Don't know that I'll be able to dig in for quite a long time. It was that bad. And I sat there and I go, well, I'm not calling out. I'm going to be there tomorrow. Period. The end. But I was driving in this morning. I was like, it's a little queasy. I'm on maybe an hour of sleep, and just was up throwing up all night. And and then I walked out. I had no idea it was going to be raining. I walked out. It was just pouring. I
think it's letting up, but be careful out there. There's going to be some water on the roadways. So please drive safely this morning. We saw one car right off the freeway on the 5 near Via de la Valle. Just not, as you said, what a horrible way to start your morning.
I walked out into the living room and I was like, wait, what is that? And I was listening and I go, what the hell is that? I look out the window. I go, oh, it is pouring rain.
Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah. I absolutely had no idea it was going to rain. I walked out. I went, oh my God. I went back in and got my slicker. The last time I wore this was at the Oasis show in Manchester. So got my slicker, came on down here to work. But yeah, man, I think this has just been such an issue for such a long time. And I don't know the answer. I mean, I had a guy yesterday said, man, you guys really need to go in and diagnose Fernando Tatis Jr.'s swing. And I go, you don't need a almost 51-year-old radio host with 0 ABs in the big leagues breaking down this guy's swing. If it were me and I was in charge, what would you do? I'd have these guys I'd tell these guys, don't hit. You're all going to mental health counseling. Every one of you, to find out why. When they call up a kid from AAA, I don't know what the record is. Somebody a lot smarter than me can go dig and find out what, in the last 5 years, a AAA or AA call up, what's their record and ERA against the San Diego Padres? My guess in 5 years is 140-1 with a .34 ERA.
I mean, I have a theory that I could throw out there.
We don't see them enough?
Yeah, it would be more like, hey, other veteran guys who usually get lots of film on guys and they study, and I know Padres batters, they take it seriously. They watch the tape of the starter.
I'm not
when
saying
you face
they're not
a guy
trying.
That there's not a lot of video, you haven't seen on the big league level much, that you're not as well prepared for those guys as you are the guys that you normally see, but I don't know if that's true or not.
So they talked last night on the broadcast about Trevor, not Luke McDonald. Man, he's pitching differently than he has in the past. So he altered his game plan, right? But I'm watching the pitches. Now, Trevor McDonald carves us up. Against us, we each get 4 ABs, 0 for 12 with 12 punches. No question. But in the big leagues, a 94-mile-an-hour sinker, and how many hangers got by? So, okay, fine. He mixed up what he does. He mixed up his plan of attack. Do we then not recognize that and then go attack him? There is no attack in this team. There's no, I smell blood in the water. There's blood, and I'm going to go get it. And it's been that way for a while. I ended last year. Do they hate losing enough? I don't know. I don't know. I love these guys. I love them, all of them, to a man. I've met them all. They're great dudes. I root for them. But this happens far too often, in my opinion, when that's what championship teams do. Like they go, oh, look at the weakling. I'm not even going to let this guy in the game. I'm going to pummel the weakling every single time.
Well, and they did.
Who?
Padres.
What do you mean?
Jumped out to a 1-0 lead.
Oh, they didn't. But there's no pummel. Right. I'm talking pummel. And
they finally show a little bit.
I would say
it's their first home run in the first inning all year. The Dodgers are phenomenal.
When they face someone who's overmatched, they make them look like they are overmatched.
Yeah.
And it's not something you see a ton from the Padres. They win their fair share of games, more than their fair share of games the last few years.
More so than they probably should have.
They don't pummel teams the way the Dodgers do.
No. I mean, I grew up. So when like the Yankees, Orioles, right? When it was Yankees, Orioles time, Yankee fans just put their feet up. They're like, we're not giving you a breather at all. There is none of that.
The weird thing is the one Padres team that did it.
Who did?
There was one Padres team in the last few years that did it. It was 2023.
Right.
They pummeled teams, and then they would lose 2 games by 1 the next 2 days.
Yes.
It was the weirdest year because that's the year they actually did pummel the weakling. But the other 2 games, they found ways to lose.
Well, and, as we've pointed out, and listen, again, I saw some guy on Twitter go, I can't wait to be gaslit by Ben and Woods this morning. Look, man. When we have experts like Eno Sarason, and they're unlucky. They've been getting unlucky. They've been hitting the ball hard. Like we've all heard that before. This has been now. They are 26th in OPS now. They're 24th in slug. They're 27th in OBP. They're 27th in batting average. So there's underlying metrics.
Third in hard hit rate.
Third in hard hit rate. They're pummeling the ball into the ground. They're just pummeling. They had 11 ground outs.
And sinker ball pitchers in particular.
They just kill us.
I mean, and that, I think Don and Munn mentioned it. That is going back now a few years.
But
sinker,
we're not
slider,
talking about...
And Stammen even mentioned, we need to be better against sinker, slider pitchers. They just have our number. Maybe it's because the Padres are right-handed, and most of those sinker, slider guys are right-handed guys, and they just expose that Padres lineup. Maybe that's an A.J. Preller issue, a roster construction issue, that he doesn't have enough guys that succeed against sinker slider pitchers, and it is a weakness of the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, I mean, and again, we're not talking Roy Halladay here. We're not talking about 97-mile-an-hour exploding sinkers. We're talking about guys that's flipping sinkers up 2 seams that are up in the zone that other teams pummel and punish. They see that kid on the mound last night and they go, oh my God, there's no limit to what we're going to do to this kid tonight. Laureano goes up, first AB, sets the tone, punches out on 3 pitches. Toddy hits an absolute seed to Roberto Alomar, now at second base, 10-time Gold Glove winner, Luis Arraez.
Hey, boy.
He's the best defensive second baseman of all time.
He made it 5.
He played his
really
balls
plus plays in that game yesterday.
Maybe we really were playing him out of position.
100%. Yeah, can you imagine? He was fantastic last night. Pretty much won them that game because the Padres did square some balls up right at him, and he made every play.
And did 2 doubles down the line.
Like he does.
Both critical for the Giants to score what turned out to be the tying winning runs there.
It's just, for me, it's so hard to diagnose I'm never going to be the guy that falls in the camp that says these guys don't care, they don't work. I know the opposite is true. I know it. But this has been a few years problem here. Guys like that come in and chew this team up. The Giants are one of the worst teams in baseball. They're one of the worst teams in baseball. And they own you right now. What's that? 3 out of 4 they've taken from you this year?
Yeah. I mean, they weren't good last night either. They got 6 hits total.
Yeah, they were good enough.
Most of them were. The only one that was really hit hard was Casey Schmidt's home run. Other than that, they did nothing. They're a bad offensive team. And the Padres need to find a way to score 4 runs and win against the San Francisco Giants. I mean, they absolutely do. There's nothing else you can say about that. I would hope they would agree with that as well.
Yeah,
but that's just not. You can't have a successful season if you do that too many times.
Well, and I think also the defensive lapses and the weird plays and weird base running, and that stuff's gonna really stand out when you're not hitting well. It just is. The bad send the other day, the weird throw from Xander last night. Xander's been so good this year. But, just weird stuff happening to the San Diego Padres because, again, bro, they know that they're one of the worst offenses in baseball. You don't have to tell them. They know. So what's going to happen?
Which makes you feel like we need to do something superhuman to score runs.
That's right.
Like, steal an extra base, where you normally wouldn't go from second to third. That stealing out, we can't let this guy score a second run in the first inning or we're never going to win this game.
Correct.
So you do things you wouldn't normally do that aren't good baseball plays because you're feeling it at the plate. It seems very obvious that the Padres are so spun out right now at the plate and have been for the past week that it is now starting to affect the rest of their game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I see a lot of Jake Cronenworth hate. He's not having a good start to the season at all. It just has not been good. He looks lost up there. But then again, I got a $30 million man that's not delivering. I got another $25 million man that looks completely lost every time he has a bat in his hands, right now. Those are always going to be the guys I focus on. And for me, Freddie Fermin's not hitting. Like, all right, well, it's Freddie Fermin. So, okay. I mean, yeah, you would love production up and down your lineup, but I need the big dogs to be big dogs. That's what I need. And that's what carries a team to a championship. Yeah, you need contributions from, Freddie Fermin and Jake Cronenworth, but to put all of this on them is absurd. That's the 8 and 9 hole hitter.
Yeah.
The guys at the top have got to get it done. Period, the end. I mean, that's really where it starts and stops. And, it's just really they're a frustrating watch when they do this. And I think you go into the game last night against Trevor McDonald and they were aggressive early, right? They never adjust. They never make adjustments. Oh man, he's pitching us backwards. Well, I guess we're screwed. He's doing he's doing opposite of what the plan was. Oh, okay. Well, if I'm the opposing manager, I'm like, what have you been throwing? 80% sliders? Yeah, why don't you go 80% fastballs tonight against the Padres? Because they will not adjust. They won't adjust.
I thought in the first inning, Ramon Laureano, I guess we're just getting into this, but that's fine. When you play a chip, everything's out the window, including foreplay.
True.
So Ramon Laureano strikes out on 3 pitches to start the game.
So gnarly.
So you're going up there. You're Fernando Tatis Jr. What are you thinking? Like, man, I can't make a quick out here, or we're going to give him the easiest first inning possible. So what does he do?
Takes
one right down the middle, and now he's down 0-1, and that was the best pitch he was ever going to see.
I mean, he hit a
in
missile.
The at bat, and then he did hit a missile. But now we got 5-pitch inning, and
2 outs.
So there's 2 outs. So Jackson Merrill comes up, and I'm going, this is interesting because Jackson probably shouldn't swing at the first pitch, because if he gets an out, you've just given this guy a 6-pitch first inning,
which
and he is the worst. And to Jackson's credit, he was thinking he'll probably do what he did with Tatis. He'll throw one down the middle, and he did, and he nuked it to center field. And I go, yes. Okay, yes, Jackson.
That's thinking ahead.
That is thinking ahead.
Yep.
You outsmarted the pitcher there.
Don't miss it.
This is a good sign.
You want to swing at it, it's the rule. You want to do it, but don't miss it. And he didn't miss it. He hit a missile out to center field.
And I thought, okay, this is a great sign. It wasn't. Then after that, they did nothing the rest of the game against McDonald, other than Jake got hit by a pitch.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it,
Jackson had his double and made, bad base running decision. Forced them to make a really good play on him to get him at third, but that was the only time you ever had a runner in scoring position the entire game.
So gnarly.
The entire game.
So I saw a rumor online that they're calling up Sung Moon Song. Is that true? I don't know if it's true.
I don't know if it's true. I saw a graphic with some, Korean characters on it.
You can't read Korean.
It said the show at
You're
the top.
worthless,
I have
dude.
no idea what it says in Korean. There is also reports that Yuki Matsui will join the team today. I guess they have one more day, but he was with them in San Francisco yesterday, so they will have to make a roster move. My guess would be Kyle Hart. That's why he came in yesterday. Maybe you could have brought him in a little bit earlier against you texted.
So why wouldn't you, if you're going to bring him in against Devers too? He's also a lefty. You can't let that guy get going. I thought the one guy, there was one guy in their lineup. I go, don't let this guy beat you. And it's Willie Adames. And they didn't. Willie Adames, he looks like one of the worst players in baseball right now. And he's a $30 million a year guy as well. They handled him, but they didn't get bodied or anything like that.
No.
They didn't get bodied. They didn't quit. They hit the bomb in the ninth. That was encouraging.
It was like what I texted you guys last night. It was the standard recipe for a Padres L, at least as of late.
Standard.
Where the pitcher has one bad inning, whether it's the first, third, fifth, whatever.
Second,
one bad inning. And then actually at the end of the day, you look at his box line, or the box score line, you're like, not bad.
Right.
You'll take that from Randy Vasquez.
All day long.
But what happens? The offense goes completely cold against a guy we've never heard of. I mean, it's church.
Looks like Tom Seaver. I mean, it's happened so. How many times have I tweeted out the Tom Seaver picture when some AAA guy comes up and is like, this is the land. The Padres have become a soft landing spot for let's get this guy up from Oklahoma City and let him rip.
Yeah, maybe they're going to call him up last week, and they're like, actually, we got the Padres coming
give
into town next
week. Give him a soft landing
week.
spot.
Let's give him the Padres on Monday night instead of whoever.
He chewed them up with 94-mile-an-hour sinkers and hanging sliders. I mean, hanging sliders like that should be destroyed. And I don't have the answers. I'm just frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to DFA Jake Cronenworth, but if Sun Moon Song gets called up,
you can't.
I would not be shocked to see Jay go on the injured list today. Whether it's
the problem is people want to put the entire team on the. Toddy needs a fan.
Try something else though. Right now,
yeah.
I mean,
try something else.
You do have to try something else, and that I was hoping we would see that yesterday. Actually,
I don't think
we did. I thought maybe yesterday. I thought maybe last night was the day to
tinker,
change the lineup around a little bit. Put Toddy in the leadoff spot, put him somewhere else, and we did not see any changes.
Guess what awaits you today? Another sinker slider guy in Logan Webb, who is.
Now, see, I've heard of Logan Webb.
See, Trevor McDonald is the guy you have to beat, knowing you've got Logan Webb the very next day. That's the guy you have to get.
That whole team is feeling it today.
Oh man, I mean, Logan Webb is. You want to talk about salivating after he watched, 94-mile-an-hour sinkers being driven in the ground? He can't wait to get to the ballpark. Now, can they beat him? Hell yeah, they can beat him. He's been very beatable this year.
They beat him.
They did win. I mean, he gave up 3 hits and 3 runs, and the Padres ended up winning that game 9-3. That was
10 Ks last night, no walks. No walks. That's the second.
Oh no, he beat the Padres 9-3. That was the one they lost. Okay. Yeah, no, that was the one they lost.
The Giants have only gone one other game this entire season without walking an opposing player.
Was it also us?
Probably also us. But last night was another one. No walks.
They would have walked Jake if they didn't hit him on the 3-2 pitch.
That's true.
It was well out of the zone. Just happened to nick him, but yeah.
All right, feels good. I got 9 left. I hope hopefully I don't have to use one for a while.
You get it the whole morning. By the way, you've used it. You can if you feel it bubbling up again, you've got it's like a day pass at a spa.
The beauty,
you've used your chip. It's good the rest of the day. Anytime you feel like just blowing up, you're more than authorized to. You don't have to use another chip now.
Cole says, if we shell Logan Webb, I'll have no idea what this team is. I know. I mean, that's welcome to baseball. I feel
we're going to rip them all morning long.
Yeah,
and they're going to win 12-1.
Fine. I'll wear it. But it just stinks, man. And I don't know what you do. I don't know who you get. I don't know what it looks like. But it's been a problem now for a while. It really has. Let's be honest with ourselves. The offense has been a problem for a while. Somebody's got to figure it out, man, because to miss this window of these great players and not do anything it's criminal. Thank you.
All right, we will take time out. We will come back. We'll set the menu.
Did it disappoint?
Yeah, that's good chippage. Good chip usage this morning.
I think the no sleep helps too.
Probably.
The bitchiness.
We'll set the menu for the show. We will get to our crap up. We pretty much went through most of the game already, but there are some other details we can get to as well. Big pitching injury in Major League Baseball kind of changes the complexion of a lot of teams' plans maybe at the trade deadline. We will get to all of that coming up. Ben and Woods broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, let's talk about financial planning. I know that's something very exciting in the morning, but it is important. I was at 50 years old and really hadn't given enough thought about my retirement. Even though I'm not planning on retiring anytime soon, it's never too early to make a good plan with someone who knows what they're talking about. So I went to TRAJANwealth.com, TrajanWealth.com, talked to my advisor. David got me set up and told me some things that I had missing, simple things I'm missing out on. Old 401ks that weren't maximizing their money. Really, I did not have to do anything other than kind of the initial meeting. It was very simple, and now I feel like I'm in much better financial shape for the future. Why not do the same? Go to trajanwealth.com. Have them review your plan. Living here in San Diego, retiring in San Diego, you don't want to be a stress case about healthcare costs and inflation and whether your money is going to last. You want to keep it simple, and Trajan Wealth will give you some simple strategies to make sure that you are set up for the future. Or you can just give them a call. New number, 855 Trajan 1, 855 TRAJAN 1. Offices at Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar. So you can go see them anywhere in the county, or you can do a virtual visit. Met with them virtually a couple of times as well. It's very easy to do. Everything starts, though, at TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter. Dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
He just, here, I'll show you a little.
Please don't.
What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Woodsy's already played a chip. We've talked a ton of Padres baseball. We will get to our crap up of the 3-2 loss to open the series in San Francisco. Just a quick little 3-game road trip. Then the Padres are back home Thursday to host the St. Louis Cardinals, who, by the way, are red hot right now. This is your chance. The Giants were not hot. I don't know that you got them hot yesterday either, but you didn't win the game.
Yeah.
And that is a missed opportunity for your San Diego Padres. 7 o'clock hour, we'll get into the big news in baseball yesterday. Tarik Skubal going on the injured list, needing surgery to remove loose bodies in his elbow. Loose bodies in his elbow. Loose. Could miss anywhere between 2 to 3, maybe even more, 4 months. Likely not going to be back until after the trade deadline.
I saw some really, really bad baseball takes yesterday about all of that.
About Skubal?
Just the whole Skubal scenario. Everyone, see, the Tigers were right. And saw stuff about the WBC. We were talking about that before the show. I mean,
yeah, who's the guy on before us?
Drake Tolles.
Drake Tolles said, I got in the car, put it on, and he said, man, our pal Tarik Skubal going on the IL, got to go under the knife. And it's funny because, remember, he's the guy that said, I can't go a lot in the WBC because I don't want to get hurt. in the WBC, and look what he did. He went out and got himself hurt in the regular season, and I'm screaming at the radio almost going, so what?
That's when he's supposed to get hurt. If he's going to get hurt, that's when it's supposed to happen.
Right? And I mean, in my mind, I go, glad I didn't push it to 400 pitches in the WBC for this collection of stiffs that were out there. I'm really glad I didn't push it. I could have been, but I felt bad.
I mean, you could make the argument and say probably didn't save him anything not pitching in the WBC. He got hurt anyway, so why not just pitch in the WBC? I guess.
No way. No way. I thought it was a weird argument to make in a morning full of weird arguments.
But that was months ago.
It was months ago.
It doesn't seem that it relates to what's happening right now with Terry Skubal.
You know, I told.
Now, we don't know. Did he go into the season already kind of feeling that way?
Maybe.
And
maybe that's why he was like, I'll just go 50.
And maybe I'll make it through the season. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But for a guy who is expected to get perhaps the biggest contract ever, timing isn't great.
What does this do for you? Put your GM, president of baseball operations. It doesn't change anything. This is
really.
now.
We'll talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hannah, actually, my wife came and was like, this is like his third surgery. I was like, I did not know that. She goes, yeah, he had Tommy John here. I'm like, what the hell were you listening to? So I was getting schooled by the missus yesterday on Terry Skubal. I'm not giving him $500 million or whatever they were talking about.
7:20, we'll have Don't and Do This, including some great tributes to John Sterling yesterday around Major League Baseball. In our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play Take on Woods. Got our new prize, our $500 gift card to the Westgate. Create your own adventure, as it were, in Las Vegas, and music, TV, or movie trivia. Then at 8:35, it is an Incorporator Tuesday. One of those tributes, by the way, came from our own Jesse Agler, who will join us at 8:35. We probably do need, it's probably good to have Jesse on a chip day as well.
Yeah.
He will bring good perspective. He won't necessarily sugarcoat it, but he'll also make us feel better about things. I promise you.
He always does.
If you listen to Jesse at 8:35 and you're feeling bad about the Padres, you will feel at least a little bit better after Jesse is done by 9 o'clock.
You know what's funny? And I don't know if you guys have noticed this too, but the futility is leaking up to the broadcasts, right? And I don't mean they're also futile. I mean, you're hearing frustration more from our broadcasters than you have before. Last night, perfect example. The ball Arise hits the dirt, pops up and hits the net. Mudd didn't see it hit the net. Laureano kind of lollygagged it back into the infield, and Mudd goes, get it in. And I was like, Mudley, it hit the net. But it's starting to leak up because you're tired of seeing so many weird mistakes by this team.
That's interesting because I think it's a difficult position to be in.
Yes.
You've got bosses who don't want you to be too critical of the team when you are a team broadcaster and employer. But I've always been of the mind, I think the Mets and their broadcasters do this really well.
Yeah.
They let the Mets announcers rip the team from time to time. When they're not playing well, like they let them get frustrated, and then it's okay. Sometimes that works. Sometimes you end up with hard feelings. You players hear what the broadcasters said. I mean, we had Uncle Teddy told stories, about word getting down to players, what he said during broadcasts, and him having some really awkward, difficult moments. But if you can get through those, I think it's better off, not just for, obviously listeners want the unvarnished opinion of the teams, but I do think teams don't sometimes realize the value of having more unvarnished broadcasters, and that really resonates with fans. And then when things are going well, everyone knows, oh no, they're really going well, because the broadcasters aren't afraid to tell us when they're not going well.
And I think with Darling and Hernandez, what are you going to say if you're Mark Vientos? What are you going to say? Yeah. If you're Francisco Alvarez, you're like, oh, those guys won a ring. Like, those guys,
they can kind of say whatever they want.
They can kind of say what they want. That would be what I would hate to let those guys down, if I was a current Met. Like, oh, those are two of the G's from, winning the World Series and all that. So,
like if Trevor was in the booth.
Dude, Crucky, when the Phillies play like crap, it. John Kruk does not pull punches, and he gets pissed, and I like it. I think it's too. And it's good to hear our guys do it too. That's all I'm saying.
From time to time, absolutely.
From time to time,
no one wants a broadcast that's relentlessly negative all the time. Of course not.
You also know how hard the game is, and I even felt a little bit casual using a chip today, knowing there's still plenty of time, right? But I was seething last night. I'm tired of watching these guys get called up and coming in and going, time to get right. I'm tired of being the get right gang. I really am. I'm tired of getting teams on their feet. It's happened too many times over the last couple of years. I'd love to see a little bit more FU out of the San Diego Padres because I think they have FU. I think they have the guys to do it. It's just a matter of doing it, being it. It's something that you are, not something that you do, I think.
Jesse Agler and all of our guests appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. That's 8:35 at 9 o'clock. Paulie's got the Roundel Report headlines. Another transfer on the way to San Diego State basketball.
Oh, nice.
Dutch has been busy in the portal. Another Euro pro.
He's been busy overseas.
Let's do it, dude.
I wonder if he gets to go over and recruit. That'd be a nice recruiting trip. This time, Italy.
Oh,
Italy.
Oh, there he is. I would be, if I was him, I'd be like, hey, JD, I've got a couple guys I need to go look at over in Paris. One's in Florence, one's in Rome, and I got one in Venice as well.
Got this great player, Lake Como.
He's really good. just trust me. Just
the Swiss Alps. Just a good place for basketball.
Hey, Dutch, we ain't got that kind of money, my man.
JD, you got to see this kid. He's in this very small town in Bali.
Yeah,
I'll go check it out.
I'll go do it. Yeah, 100%.
And then
we got an Italian.
We got an Italian
pro,
young Italian pro coming to San Diego State guard. Paulie will tell you all about it in our Roundel Report.
Can't wait.
And then we'll look ahead to Game 2 of the series tonight in San Francisco. Walker Buehler against I think it's Logan Webb. There was a TBD listed
I thought
somewhere
it was Logan
as well.
Webb for sure.
It was earlier, and then yesterday it went back to TBD. This morning I have not seen if there's been any changes, but we'll keep an eye on any potential pitching matchups for you as we head toward 10 o'clock. Up next, though, let's get to the crack up. We will wrap up the 3-2 loss. Any details we've already missed as Woods played his chip right after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Solid stop-and-go conditions through El Cajon, westbound on the 8. The southbound 67 is jammed up, too, because of a deadly crash at Main Street. The two right lanes are blocked.
This Game Day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres
Crap Up
with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, here's something to cheer you up. The rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the bump and figure it out.
McDonald will kick and deliver. The left-hand batter swings at the first pitch, sends it in the air to center field. It is high, it is deep, it is gone! Jackson Merrill, a home run in the top of the first inning. And the Padres take a 1-0 lead. A Jacksonian blast here at Oracle Park. 3-2, hammered in the air. Deep to left field, forget it. Laureano back to watch. Casey Schmidt stay hot. Game-tying solo shot at the bottom of the first inning. And this game is 1-1. Here's the 0-1. Devers hits it on the ground up the middle. That's going to roll into center field, a base hit. Rise comes in to score. The Giants take the lead. It's 2-1. And Devers swings, pops it into right field. Fernando over towards the line. He will make the catch. Arise, tagging at third. Fernando's throw is on the way home. It'll be cut and not in time. Sacrifice fly, Rafael Devers. And the Giants have added on. It's 3-1 in the bottom of the sixth. Ramon swings, sends it in the air, deep to left field. Ramos is going back. He's going to watch this one. Gonna go! Ramon Laureano with his 5th of the year. And the Padres get a solo shot to start the 9th. This is a 1-run game at Oracle Park. Killian is set, ready. Here's the pitch. Manny swings and misses. Strike 3. It was a curveball. Down and away, and the ball game is over. Gillian gave up the home run to Laureano, but he holds on to collect his first major league save, and the Giants hold on to win this game by a final of 3-2.
The kid was making pitches. He's throwing a little harder than what he's thrown all year. His season debut came out firing in front of the home crowd, and then I think a little bit is we got to fight him a little bit more. We made it a little easier on him, and we've got to find a way to handle these guys that come in with a sinker slider combo. That's just part of what this season's going to bring for this team, and we're going to keep working. Those guys are going to keep working. Eventually, we'll figure it out.
Thought what you said earlier, Benjamin, about the construction of the lineup. I think that's very valid. Sinker slider combo is, if you have a team full of right-handers, man, that's your dream. Like, that's what you live for. If you're sinker slider combo, beautiful. Just like Canning the other day against those lefties with his neutralizing changeup. I mean, you pitch to your strengths. And this kid last night, knowing, hey, man, like they're challenging Toddy and Manny. They're like, we're going to throw it down the middle because we know you guys aren't going to hit it right now. We know you're not going to. Logan Webb will not throw Jackson Merrill a pitch like he saw yesterday. He hit 2 balls really, really well yesterday. He won't see any of that today from Logan Webb. Manny and Toddy, until they get you, Logan Webb can throw 97 right down the middle. And he's like, if you can get it, go get it. And that's what they're doing. They're challenging these guys, and there's no fear, if you're the opposing pitcher right now. None. You're like, I'm going to throw it middle. These guys aren't going to hit it.
Yeah, the righties did not get a single hit or reach base against Trevor McDonald yesterday.
Crazy. And I thought your point was great.
Jackson got his 2 hits, and Jake got hit by a pitch, lefties. The other lefty, Gavin Sheets, 0 for 3, and he's been struggling a little bit again lately as well. Struck out twice, so that didn't help.
The whole lineup is just
in
shambles.
But when you are relying on your 3 lefties, and you're only 3 lefties to do something against the righty sinker slider guy. I mean, Jackson did his part. He did his part. Jake has been struggling, got on the once, but he did not really do his part, and Gavin didn't do his part. So basically you have 8 guys in the lineup that were useless against Trevor McDonald last night.
Nails says he struck out on Toddy struck out a hanging slider down the middle, 100%. And he also punched out on fastballs as well. I mean, K3 times
with
yesterday.
Fernando Tatis Jr., what I feared is now coming to pass.
And I know what you're going to say because we heard the same thing this morning.
Yeah, it was actually about Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, it was about Ohtani.
But when you are struggling and everyone is pointing out that you have 0 home runs.
Oh, my God.
And you actually were hitting the ball decently, going the other way, hitting liners all over the place.
Getting on base.
But now all you want to do is lift it into the air to left field. He's now selling out to try to do that, and he's gotten himself discombobulated.
He's opening up. Ohtani opening up, the same
trying to pull the ball into the air because everyone's saying that's what you need to do. Pull the ball. That's what Eno Sarah says he needs to do. Get out earlier, pull it into the air, but that does not make you hit the ball, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And now he's no longer hitting the ball. And it went 3 for 3 2 days ago. So it's not. I mean, it's not like it's unfixable or it's been going on forever and ever. But the last couple, yesterday, just the at-bats were awful.
I got so many Fire Souza comments. Okay. I mean, V-Mart's got the Astros hitting, right? V-Mart was here last year. I don't know what Berdar's doing. I have no idea. But all I know is that 5 years ago, I would have said, hell yeah, man, send a message and fire the hitting coach. But now, look who you going to bring in. I don't know that Ty Cobb helps these guys that are missing. You don't need a hitting coach to tell you, hey, man, if there's one hanging in the zone, you make $20+ million a year. Those are the ones you can't miss. Yeah, I don't think you need a hitting coach for that. I think all those guys know they're off right now. I don't know how much, I think they have the right technology. I think they get the right information. I don't know what hitting coach on the planet, Ben, is going to be able to come in and say, I think honestly with this team, like I said, if it were up to me, these dudes would be doing mental skills workbook literally every day. Like, it's clearly in your domes, all of you. You got to believe that you are dogs and you have to go out and play like dogs, and they're not. They're just not. They don't attack. There's no man. I see I look at this team in San Francisco. They are scuffling right now. They just pulled up 2 rookies. They're panicking. It's time to attack.
Now,
they just don't have.
There was when they won 17 of 21 games.
Well, no, I think
last couple of weeks they
got,
especially late in the game.
They got incredibly. They did get incredibly.
Yeah, but they did
lucky,
because they battled in at bats.
They had some dog in them.
They weakened pitchers by fouling off long at bats. They didn't always have success earlier in the game, but it paid off for them later in the game. Now we're not seeing them do anything at all, so they're not coming back later because they're not in position to come back later in the game. So we know they have it kind of in them.
But see, they did this last year. Paulie made this point too. First couple weeks of the season, they banked all those wins. They slugged, during that.
Good. They looked great.
They played small ball, whatever. But man, after that 2-week stretch, Benny, it was a pretty mediocre team, and that's the offense I think we all remember. And then they had some incredible moments this year. I've been talking about the moments all year. Incredible comebacks and things like that. But, man, the consistency from the offense. I mean, you look, again, the numbers as they are just don't lie. And they've been around this for the last full year of around 26th in OPS, 24th in slug, 27th in OBP, 27th in batting average. They're not getting on base. They're not slugging. They're not hitting for average. They're not hitting for power. So that's been going on for about a year. Yeah, man, I think a lot of teams, I don't want to say luck into, it takes a lot of skill, but I think a lot of teams can get on this weird kind of hot run and bank some wins based on how the pitchers go and timely hitting. This team, Ben, it's the lack of consistency over the last few years offensively that makes you scratch your head. And I don't know who you bring in. I really don't. I was racking my brain for let's say that some teams are willing to deal. Who do you want? And I realize there's a lot of really good hitters scuffling around the league right now. Stephen Kwan's one of them. He's batting about 215, and he's one of the best bat to ball guys that you'll find. There's guys that are scuffling in the big leagues right now, but you're not going to be able to go out and get an Aaron Judge or a Ben Rice or somebody like that. But who changes the makeup of this team? I just don't know.
Now, have we changed our initial opinion when we talked to Major Garrett at the start of the year? Hey, through May into June, just hang around 500, and then
I think I've changed mine.
I feel like you changed.
I feel like I have
because there's still 6 games above 500.
Yep, I will admit they got 20 wins, right?
You've got 20 wins.
Yep, I will fully admit.
We all would have signed up for that at the beginning of the season. Just doesn't feel that good right now.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And again, against some mediocre teams, I understand the White Sox have made some cool moves and done some good stuff. It's the Chicago White Sox, man. You got to win that series, and you got to win this one against the 2 really bad teams.
Well, Padres still could. They got to come back win the next 2.
I hope they do. I will eat
We've
my
seen
word.
them do that before. We will talk about it as we come back. We will talk about the Tarek Skubal injury and more with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. All right, I'll say it. I'll at least ask the question. After yesterday's performance and after the start he's gotten off to, was it a mistake to let Luis Arise go? Signed 1 year. Padres did show interest in him, according to Luis Arise himself. But they did not want him to play second base. They wanted Jake Cronenworth to play second base. So he signed with the Giants for a 1 year, almost prove-it deal. Not that expensive.
How much was it? Was it 14?
12?
12.
I want to say 12. And the Padres said, no, Jake's our guy. Jake has gotten off to a terrible start. Luis Arise has more hits through
Wait.
I don't like
Hang on. Jake was under contract. It's not like they chose one over the other.
No, but you could move Jake around as you do. You could make him more of a,
This is a team with budget constraints and
Swiss Army knife player. You need that Swiss Army knife player, the Chris Taylor type, move him around. And you could have given Luis Arise second base. I was not in favor of it. I'm not going to say that I said they should have signed Luis Arise and made him their all-time full-time second baseman. I thought he was too bad defensively at second base to be your everyday second baseman.
Well, blame
what
on
you
Washington,
said yesterday.
man.
I didn't believe you. You said, no, he's like at first and outs above average in the league. And I go, second base, really?
Yeah.
Like with range and everything factored in. And you said yes. And then I saw him play last night, and
it's
I go,
unreal.
okay, my goodness gracious.
The play he made on Toddy in the first, the play he made on Gavin Sheets. Oh, my God. Gavin Sheets, I don't know how hard he hit that ball, but it
made a great one on Xander going to his left. All that I thought were hits when they're off the bat, and there he is. Just magically appears right where he needs to.
Yeah.
Every single time. He has more hits, I think they said, than anybody in history of baseball through April. 40-plus hits now. Did his thing. I mean, no slugs still. He has no home runs. His slugging percentage is under 400. He's not going to walk. He's going to do the same thing. He's only hitting 316. It's not like he's hitting 380, but he's doing the Luis Arise thing. I don't know. I mean, I was very, very satisfied with letting him go in the offseason.
Well, listen, if he wanted to come back here and do what the team needed him to do, and that would be play somewhere else or DH or hit in the 6 hole or whatever, 7 hole. Okay, but I hate the look behind. I do. There's really nothing that can be gained from looking in the past. You kind of have to look towards the future. And, he's there. He's a Giant now. He's been working with Ron Washington hardcore. They were showing videos back from spring training I saw. And Wash is the best in the business. I mean, Wash can win guys Gold Gloves. I don't think Luis will win a Gold Glove this year. I don't know that he can keep it up, but I'm happy for him. I think he's a great dude, and I think he was misused here. I do, and I think some of that is his fault, and I think some of it was Schulte's fault. I think it was a confluence of events. Like, I don't want to hit 5th or 6th or 7th. I'm not going to.
There's absolutely a world in which if Luis Arise started this year with the Padres, things were different, new manager, willing to play different spot. Like, there's a world in which it works out pretty well, but I wouldn't say I'd go back and be like, damn, I wish we didn't have Jake because we could have had Arise.
Right.
Like, Jake signed a contract 3 years before that. Like, he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
No, I just mean moving them around,
moving guys around
more. But that first base has been one of the Padres' better positions with Sheets and Ty France, as emergence. And if you had Jake there, you may not have had Ty France, on this team. And he's been pretty productive. Did not play yesterday. I would imagine get him back in the lineup, though. He's one of the few guys who seems to be swinging the bat decently right now for the San Diego Padres.
Campy's got to be in there today. I'm not mad at Craig Stammen right now. I do think, hey man, your tinkering was working kind of at the beginning of the year, and you were being strategic with things. And maybe last night on paper, that's what looked like, hey man, this is the lineup that can win us a ball game. But holy smokes, man, I don't know what you do. I put myself in his shoes a lot, Ben. I lay in bed and I go, all right, man, what would you do if this is your team and this is how they're going offensively? What do you do? Where do you move Fernando Tatis Jr.? After 3 punches,
do you move him up?
After 3 punches last night, it's like,
do you want Fernando betting more right now than he already does?
Right. I just don't know.
Do you move him down? Is that just continuing to compound what appears to be a bit of a confidence problem?
Yeah,
a mental problem at the moment for Fernando Tatis Jr. And if you don't, do you leave Laureano in the leadoff spot? I was ready to move him out, and then he hit the home run in the 9th inning, but he has been scuffling pretty badly lately. And
pretty abysmal offense, man. It's pretty abysmal. I mean, it's as feckless of an offense as you'll see in baseball right now. I mean, again, there's the rankings and all that, but I don't know. I really don't know what you do. I have no idea. I mean, you've tried more things already as Craig Stammen. You've tried more things than any manager in the last 10 years have tried. Moving Toddy back to second, like trying to get him going there. Like, you've tried stuff. You got to keep trying. You got to keep trying.
And by the way, you need to keep throwing Fernando Tatis Jr. out there. No matter how bad he looks.
Yeah, I think you absolutely
I don't think you're going to get him going by sitting him for 3 or 4 days and putting him in a cage. He needs to swing his way out of his slump, as every baseball player basically through history has needed to do.
No question.
You have a star player. You have to keep playing him and hope that one at bat is the one that, kind of, okay, there it was.
Yeah.
Now I feel good. And then another one. And then, all right, now you start getting going and you feel good. But you can't do that unless you're in the lineup. So Fernando Tatis Jr. remains in the lineup as long as he's healthy. Going to be out there. I mean, yes, he'll get a day off just like everybody here and there because that's Craig Stammen's plan. But he's not getting multiple mental health days at this point. He has got to be in the lineup and figuring it out in the box, as every great Major League Baseball player has ever done.
Yeah,
and they all go through slumps.
Yep.
Padres have gone through many slumps and come out of them, and then they go back into them, and then they come out of them.
This one's shocking, though. Like the no home run thing is literally
for him.
shocking.
Yes, for the overall team, though. This is actually fairly normal in terms of
a slump.
It's a team slump. We've seen them. Every team goes through them over the years.
I keep waiting.
You just want to minimize them, and hopefully keep them from getting too long and, eating away the entire gains that you made early in the season.
Yeah, I can't wait for the first one because I can't imagine the weight of the world, the weight of the world will fall off of his shoulders. Just get the one. You're looking around the league and you're like, the quality of player he's up next to is, the Freddie Fermins, Luis Arraez, who's a great hitter, but not a home run hitter. Those are the guys that are, up there with Fernando Tatis Jr. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. No one could have predicted this. I would have said you were out of your mind if, you get to May 5th and he still doesn't have one tank, not one. Played some games in Colorado, played games in Mexico City. Not one is shocking. And I don't know what baseball gods were angered there, but need to make it right soon. I can't wait to see the first one.
Meanwhile, the other big story in baseball yesterday, Tarek Skubal heading to the injured list to get surgery on his left elbow to remove loose bodies. According to the medical experts, they
what does
said,
that mean, by the way?
I could be like bone chips and stuff in there that's causing irritation and inflammation that makes it hurt when he pitches. I think it depends on what they find in there. Could be a couple months, could be 4 months, but a lot of the takes around there were that this changes the entire baseball season. And if the Tigers are not in contention, it absolutely does. Because the market for Tarek Skubal, what are you willing to trade for an injured pitcher? If he still hurts and you're just hoping he comes back.
But you're hoping
if
like
he does,
for a September 1 return.
And he comes back and he's Tarek Skubal, he could be the biggest
he could win you a World
pickup
Series
for anybody.
Yeah.
But what do you pay for him? Maybe. Like, you could trade for him. He never gets back on the mound. You gave up, 2 top prospects, and then he becomes a free agent and never pitched a day for you, and you gave up for nothing. I'm sure teams are going to be very hesitant to do that.
Sadly, it lines up perfectly for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Just perfect. Because they're like, we don't care if you're injured. We don't care that you're injured.
Well, they do care that he comes back.
Yeah, but
if they trade for him and he never comes back, no team wants to do that.
But they could trade 2 of their top prospects to Detroit. He doesn't come back this year and still offer him $400 million.
But you didn't have to give him the top prospect. You just wasted 2 top prospects.
No, but it's a risk reward.
You essentially guarantee a World Series if he does come back.
If he does come back in August, September, you're like,
we're good.
We got Skubal, Snell, Glasnow, Ohtani, Yamamoto. I mean,
good luck.
We are replete with prospects. Is that the right word? We have so many prospects. We have to start trading some of these guys. We have to start getting rid of these guys because they're blocked.
It may lower the kind of offers the Tigers are getting from other teams, though, which does make it more feasible for a team like the Dodgers to do it.
100%. 100%.
But I think the most likely outcome.
It's not like the Tigers have a ton of leverage in this scenario either.
Exactly.
At this point, I think the most likely outcome. The Tigers are 18-18 right now. They're actually in the second wild card spot, though, in a very weak American League. They will probably still be in the wild card hunt or wild card position by the time we get to July. They probably just hold on to him and hope that he pitches them to the playoffs. And, they end up not getting anything for him, but they get a chance. One more chance to make a World Series run if he gets healthy with him on the roster.
Now they're 18
late in the season.
They're 18-18 right now, which is good for tied for first in the division that they are in.
And their plus 17 run differential is actually one of the better ones in the American
AL,
League. Yeah. So we expected the Tigers to be a contender. They're not off to a great start, but in the American League, they very much are a contender. I don't know why you would trade Tarek Skubal while he's hurt when you still think you are a contender, and I don't see any reason to think that's going to change in the next few months while he's out. I mean, the Tigers are going to drop out. From being
you lose your ace.
Yeah, that's true.
You lose your ace, but
you picked up Framber Valdez. You have other pitchers.
It's true.
We'll see if it makes a big deal, but if the Tigers fall out of it, it becomes a very interesting dilemma at the trade deadline as to who is going to offer what for Tarek Skubal, what the Tigers would be willing to accept at that point.
When is what's his timeline?
Woodsy nailed it. I mean, what other team out there can really just afford to essentially gamble and potentially waste, a couple of their top prospects?
Yep.
Like we traded DeVries. We got Mason Miller back.
Yes, exactly.
You wouldn't have traded Leo DeVries for a guy that maybe he comes back in September, maybe he doesn't.
4 years of control, right?
Yeah, they're the only team that can just gamble guys like that.
Is that one of those trade for and immediately sign sort of things
maybe
we'll trade for him, but we want him to sign an extension now rather than wait until becoming free agency. So you kind of do that negotiation and see if you get it done. And then it's like, well, if he doesn't come back, we know we've got him for the next 10 years.
Dodgers have, like somebody said in the chat, Chris, they have a ton of outfield prospect. I mean,
they could dump two of those guys or whatever, three of them even, whatever it takes just to get Skubal in the door, your building and be like, hey, let's start talking about the future.
100%.
You know what I mean? Even if he never pitches an inning for him this year.
26, yeah.
You're like, they're going to say, and I would say the same thing if I was a fan of the Dodgers, be like, that was worth two prospects. You kidding me?
Yep.
Same division, not quite as big of a name, but a similar story with Joe Ryan, who also left his last start on Sunday with elbow soreness. And he's a guy that probably even more likely than Tarek Skubal to get traded at the deadline because the Twins are less likely to be a factor in the playoff race late in the season. Don't know I haven't seen a long-term prognosis yet on Ryan, or if he's even, does he need surgery? What's going on? But that would be another name that could be off the board depending on his health for teams that are looking for pitching. And the Padres, I would imagine, I think we all still expect they might be one of those teams looking for pitching in July if they're in it and wanting to add depth and a guy who they could see as being a starter in a playoff series for them.
I would like to pivot to looking for hitting at the deadline this year.
So funny how things change, right?
That's right. It's like, obviously we need pitching, but I don't know, man. There needs to be some self-evaluation once you get to the deadline of like, and I know how AJ works. We know how he works. He never feels like his team's out of it.
Morning, guys.
You also know the insane nature of the baseball playoffs. You see the weirdest stuff. It's totally random, as we've all learned. So there is that element, Ben, of, oh yeah, I'm not going to, if we're sitting around 500, I fully expect him to be active, a couple games out of the wild card even. I expect him to be extremely
But
active.
He can't do everything.
Can't do everything.
You don't have the prospect capital to do everything. So you're going to have to decide on what your biggest need is. Yeah. And while a month ago we would have said, oh, it's clearly going to be starting pitching. Yeah, you're right. Now it feels like, well, it might be offense that they need. But what position would you want to upgrade if you were looking to upgrade offensively? I mean, you have to look around and see what's available and they go, how do we make this fit into our lineup? Because there's so many guys who are struggling and no one is just the obvious candidate. Like last year, left field, obvious upgrade for the San Diego Padres. DH, obvious upgrade for the San Diego Padres. Now it's not quite as obvious. Catcher, obvious upgrade for the San Diego Padres. None of them are that obvious anymore, where in fact you can get better going forward. I mean, everywhere, but who are you benching and, deciding is no longer a part of our plans late in the season if you make a trade like that.
Yeah, I think there's going to be it's so dumb to even try to prognosticate now.
It's too early.
It looks like it's way too early to prognosticate what it looks like. I don't know what this record's going to be. If the offense gets on track a little bit, I'd like to do that and take my chances. But it's really, and it's tough because it's not just a one-man problem. It's like a 7-man problem with the San Diego Padres offensively right now.
All right, let's take a little break. We will come back. We got Don't Do This and Do This, including more tributes to John Sterling on broadcasts from around Major League Baseball yesterday. It's all coming up with Ben and Woods, live broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I want to encourage anybody who's looking to lose a little bit of weight before San Diego's summer arrives, and our summer doesn't get here until after the May gray and the June gloom, to try sdfatloss.com. One time, 2 months, and you can lose up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. So do the math. 200 pounds, that means 20 to 40 pounds off. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days. It's very realistic. I ate foods that I liked. I ate chicken, I ate steak, some fish, vegetables that I liked. I prepared them myself. It wasn't that hard to do, especially with the support I got from my great counselor at sdfatloss.com. They will tell you how the program works. Sign up for a free consultation at the website, sdfatloss.com. They'll tell you about the program, no shakes, no bars, and no GLP-1 injections, which, even if they do work, you are stuck doing those weekly for years and years and years, or the weight is almost certainly going to come back on. This is a program that you do once, and you can keep the weight off, maintain your weight loss like I have for the past 3 years. If that sounds good, give it a try today and sign up. Get $200 off during the spring special so you can be a new you in time for summer in July and August. Check it out today, sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Don't Do This, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
So I didn't even know this was a thing anymore. So I was surprised to read this story. Detroit Mercy, NCAA Division I basketball team, is facing a postseason ban next season because the program did not meet the NCAA's academic standards. Their APR progress rate fell short. I haven't heard of this in a few years. I just kind of assumed with all the NIL and hiring of, pro basketball players to come in and play a year. That
you don't think grades exist
just
anymore?
At this point, it's like, we can't enforce anything else. Why? We can still enforce academic. Like, if you don't get good enough grades, your whole program goes on probation now. I guess it is still true. Detroit Mercy was one win away from the NCAA tournament last year in the finals of the Horizon tournament. They have made it in recent years as well. Their AD said what kind of I was thinking. Well, with all the NIL, I think we need to change our formula a little bit. These guys who come in for 1 year and don't go to the classes that they're supposed to go to. They bring down our entire program. It must be very difficult. I mean, I know it's very difficult for college basketball coaches right now
to navigate
the portal, now the professional ranks, trying to recruit from all around the world. But now you have to make sure that 23-year-old guy from Croatia or the 22-year-old guy from Germany that's coming in to play for you attends all of their classes and gets good enough grades. Yep. And you got to make sure the tutor's on top of them for turning in their assignments, because if you don't, your entire program may end up banned from the NCAA tournament at this point.
It's wild.
It seems incredibly silly that we're going to go pretty much full professional in college basketball.
Full pros.
Pay the players. Bring in pro players to play. But we're still going to make you act like you're college students this entire time.
It's a bit of a sham. I will give you that.
I'd rather make them do like community service.
100%.
Do clinics for kids or something at this point. Who cares if they're going to class? They're making some of the millions of dollars at this point. And
they're pros.
They have to sit in their Econ 101 class like all the other freshman schlubs at Duke. Even though I'm making $2.7 million this year to play basketball, it's kind of silly at this point.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit of a farce, no question. I got tagged in this yesterday, and I was like, oh, why are they tagging me in this? I don't, follow hockey very much. But once I got into it a little bit, I went, oh my gosh, this is one of the crazier press conferences you'll ever see, Ben. The Toronto Blue Jays have hired John Chayka as their new general manager. Now, John was suspended from the NHL for the remainder of the 21 season. Conduct detrimental to the league and game. He had breached his obligation to the club. He pursued other opportunities with other clubs while he was still under contract with the Arizona Coyotes. Then terminated his contract with 3 years remaining.
Real quick, you said the Blue Jays. You meant the
I'm sorry, the Maple Leafs.
We're talking hockey.
Did I say Blue Jays?
Yeah, you said Blue Jays. I was thinking baseball for a second.
No, my bad.
Now we're
the
Maple
Toronto Maple Leafs. He was revealed to have hosted a private scouting combine. All of these huge violations. They lost a couple of picks. So the reputation in the NHL is not a good one for John Chayka. Well, the Maple Leafs hired him anyway. And yesterday, a reporter named Steve Simmons fired off this question to the owner, Keith Pelly, in front of John Chayka at this press conference.
Steve Simmons, Toronto Sun, for Keith. You talk about the due diligence that you did on John prior to hiring him and now hiring him. In the past, say 3 to 4 days, I have been in contact with about 20 people who work in the National Hockey League, many of whom are prominent names that we would all know. And of the 20 people I spoke to, one was supportive of John's hiring and the other 19 thought it was a sham, to be perfectly honest. Words were used like con artist, liar, salesman. How did you come to a different conclusion that I was able to come to in a very short time?
I must have talked to different people.
That's it? Because I'm telling you, the hockey world today is astounded by this announcement.
Okay.
Wow. And your response to that?
Is we've conducted due diligence, and it was deep due diligence. It was a thorough process, and I'm quite happy with where we've landed.
One of the tougher questions, Joel.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty great.
And it's possible that what he said is true. Like, the people I talked to had a different opinion than the people you talked to. That is possible. That's feasible. That is a gnarly question.
Gnarly. It's great.
But legit. I mean, legit. I mean, if you talk to those people and everyone said this is
19 of 20.
This is a bad idea.
19 of 20 said
anyway.
This is absurd and it's ridiculous and it makes no sense. That was really good. We could all learn a lesson.
I must have
Steve
talked
Simmons.
to different people.
Yeah, I must have talked to different people. What do you even answer?
He gave the smile and a nice Canadian answer.
He did
not rip him, which is good. Good for him too on that side of it.
For sure.
Like that's all you can say at that point.
Yep.
But an interesting story.
Very interesting.
All right, finally a little do this.
DD mega doo-doo.
The tributes to John Sterling, longtime Yankees radio announcer who passed away Monday morning, were pretty sweet around Major League Baseball, including many broadcasters using John's signature home run call, including his longtime partner, Michael Kay, who continues to call Yankees games, breaking it out, the full Monty for an Aaron Judge home run in yesterday's win over the Baltimore Orioles.
And the pitch. High drive, right center field, going back to Veras. It is high, it is far, it is gone. Aaron Judge, a Judgian blast. Here comes the Judge.
Perfect. That's exactly how John Sterling used to call Aaron Judge home runs. But that one made, of course, a ton of sense, but it wasn't limited to just New York. We heard other tributes from around the league. In case you missed it during our Padres crap up, even Jesse Agler got into the act in the first inning on Jackson Merrill's homer.
McDonald will kick and deliver. The left-hand batter swings at the first pitch, sends it in the air to center field. It is high, it is deep, it is gone. Jackson Merrill, a home run in the top of the first inning, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead. A Jacksonian blast here at Oracle Park.
Judgian, Jacksonian.
Love it.
Of course, the home run call wasn't John's only signature. Some think that his end-of-game calls were even more significant, and that was one we heard, including from Rick Riz, the Mariners broadcaster, as they closed out a narrow 5-4 win yesterday.
And the big right-handers, 1-2 to Baldwin, swinging a ground ball to Young at second. He's got it to throw to first, and it's over. The Mariners win. The Mariners win. The Mariners win.
Fantastic. You got to warble the voice to make it.
It's fantastic. I loved Don Orsillo's stories last night on the broadcast too about how tight he was with John Sterling and how John always made time for him,
If
took him under his wing.
If you missed it, Don said that when he was first starting out, broadcasting with single-A New York Penn League, so they would ride buses all around the little towns of New York, and he would have his Sony Walkman radio. All those towns got radio broadcasts from the New York Yankees. So he would spend the time on the bus listening to John Sterling and like trying to emulate, like copy his inflections, his tone. And so he was by far the most influential broadcaster on Don's career.
Said he stole all of his bits from him. I've got one of those guys in radio. My man Mike Reiner back in Dallas. I've told him, I've stolen all your stuff.
Sterling would come up with different signature home runs for every player.
Yep.
So when the Yankees were great back in the day, 1998, Bernie Williams, his signature home run was Bernie goes boom.
Yep.
And Don said, our bogey goes boom when Xander Bogaerts hits a home run. That's a direct tribute to John Sterling that he's been doing the last few years.
Pretty nuts, man. They were talking about it too. Jesse was. He called every single hit that Derek Jeter ever had. He never missed a day.
Wow.
Every hit in his career. It's over 3,000. Saw them all. Mariano Rivera. He saw every save from Mariano Rivera. He never missed a day.
Crazy.
I almost called in sick today.
You ever do? I mean, you were a Yankees fan. Did you do John Sterling impressions sometimes?
I never wanted to be a play-by-play
See, I did.
guy.
I did it all the time.
Who did you emulate when you were a kid? Like, who did you grow up? Like, I've stolen.
Was it Jerry or?
I mean, I listened to Jerry most of the time. He's very difficult to emulate.
Right.
I mean, he's just such a one of a kind, and he had such a perspective. I mean, I actually listened to a ton of John Sterling because I used to cut all the highlights. I was working the back room at the old 690 and cutting his calls, and I would say more than 100 times I would do. Net is high. Net is far. Net is gone.
Net is high.
You kind of have to get
that far.
Net is gone. The Yankees win. The Yankees win.
It's good warbling.
You get a warble on those.
Yeah.
God, when I was a kid growing up, we had in Seattle, they had Dave Niehaus was like from the beginning in the 70s, game one until he passed away pretty much. He called just about every single game. And as a kid, you would grow up, he had the grand salami call was his. So get out the rye bread and mustard, Grandma. It is grand salami time. And that would ring iconic on Little League
squeaky
fields.
voice sometimes that was hard to emulate. But
get out the rye bread and mustard, Grandma. It's grand salami time.
I studied more of like radio shows and that was the idea. I was like, I want it to sound like this. Never really a particular person or play-by-play guy. I grew up listening to, a ton of really good guys, but Josh Lewin towards the end of my time in Dallas was one of my favorites, and he's still around calling games. But he was fantastic. But yeah, man, John Sterling was a legend, and I love the tributes coming in yesterday. It was really great. I thought Jesse did a great job. We'll talk to him at 8:35 and tell him so.
And that is Don't and Do This for a Tuesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Eric says, I sent a horrible message about the Detroit Mercy stories. At least try and make the basketball players get an education. I would say let the basketball players take advantage of getting an education if they want. Encourage them to do so. But to have to make it like a forced thing, if they don't want to do it, who is that serving? Making them sit there and do it. If they're only going to be there for 1 year and you're just paying them to be there, to me, at that point, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's a bit of a farce.
Give them the opportunity, of course.
It's a bit of a farce is what it is.
Everybody should be encouraged to take the opportunity of learning. I think you'd be dumb not to avail yourself of a learning opportunity.
Oh my God, our beloved outfield grass says, anyone remember when the Yankees gave Sterling a medium-sized flat screen for his retirement?
last
oh my
year,
God,
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
We did it on Don't Do This.
Yeah, they went down to Best Buy a couple hours before the game, and we're like, "Hey, we got a Vizio. It was on
36 inch."
They're like, Paulie, did anybody get anything for John on his last day? Like, I didn't. I thought you did. Get your ass down to Circuit City.
I thought we had
dude.
this whole meeting. We had this beautiful display of these.
Forgot about that.
All these
man.
priceless artifacts that we wanted to gift him
He's like,
for his time served.
How do I get this into my car? It's so
Was
good.
that like $283?
Don't worry, yeah, it's better than anything we'll get for retiring in this job. I tell you that right now. I'm not going to sneeze at it.
Hey, John, this is a smart TV.
Yeah, this is a smart TV. Yeah, 36 inches. It's incredible. I love it.
All right, when we come back, we still have our baseball reach around, MLB reach around for all the rest of Major League Baseball. And then 1 hour from now, we will be talking to Jesse Agler on an Incorporator Tuesday with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour of Bennett Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. 2 NBA playoff games last night. One very, very good. One not so good. Paulie, you watched a little bit of Timberwolves Spurs.
I watched both games.
You watched both
they
games.
Were more entertaining.
So the Knicks absolutely annihilated the Sixers in game one of their series. What, 137 to 90 something? I mean, it was a complete blowout. Knicks have won their last two games by 90 points combined. The last game against the Hawks and the first game against the Sixers.
Oh, yeah, talk about when they were up 60 points or whatever.
Yeah, talk about low stress playoff games. Winning two games by 90. The other game, though, was really good and an upset. Anthony Edwards, who was expected to be out at least a few more games, got himself back onto the court, did not start, but came in as a reserve for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
They said when we talked a little bit of hoops yesterday morning, it was like Ant may hope to go in games 3 and 4, but he's not playing games 1 and 2. And then a couple hours later, I was like,
strategy?
Oh,
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I heard he tried a number of different rehab tactics to see if he could get back onto the court, and he did. 18 points off the bench.
What was his ailment?
It was a bone bruise, I think.
Yeah, a little Toradol.
Yeah, something like that. But he was able to play effectively.
Got a dog. We got the dog in him.
And it came down to the wire. San Antonio was up a lot of the game. Then Minnesota took a late lead. San Antonio came back, and with 6 seconds left, down 2, they got the ball back. They had, I think, 2 timeouts remaining, but they didn't take it. They ended up getting a decent 3-point look for Champagny, but he didn't come that close to making it, and they ended up losing 104-102. So upset on their home court in game 1. Paulie was saying earlier, though, and you're absolutely right. Wemby,
I was just going to say,
freak. He's a freak.
If you have the opportunity later this week, tomorrow is their next game, just flip on the Spurs game for 5 minutes. Watch Wemby on the court.
It makes me uncomfortable to watch him.
He's insane.
It makes me uncomfortable because he's so thin.
He should not. I mean, there's a lot of concern. I was talking to some buddies who are much more into the NBA than I am. They're like, bro, he's got top 10 all-time material written all over him.
Wow.
But can he stay healthy? We've never really seen a body like him before in the NBA.
To watch him.
But, dude, I'm watching the game last night, and he's picking his dribble up 2 steps past half court and somehow getting to the basket. He looks like when I would play like 2K back in the day, and you create a player and you make him 7'8" and he's 99 everything. He's the fastest guy on the court.
Shoot threes.
He can dribble. He can shoot from anywhere on the court. He can block anything, any shot. He completely changes the game where a guy will like split the defense and drive towards the basket and see Wemby, and they just stop in their tracks and they like fall backwards for like a fadeaway, and they just try to like lob it over
his head.
He had 12 block shots last night. 12.
He had 7 in the first half.
Yeah, 15 rebounds. He did not have a good shooting game. Went 0 for 8 from 3-point range. Otherwise, the Spurs probably win that game easily. That is going to happen. But I think you're missing the most important Wemby stat of all, Paul. And you were right about all of that. He's still just 22 years old.
Crazy. Man.
He's younger than a lot of college basketball players. Like the Aztecs will have 1 or 2 players that are older than Wemby this year, especially in the new face of college basketball. He is years away from his prime. I mean, he's still years away from entering his prime.
That's nuts.
And he's already one of the 3 or 4 best players in the NBA at this point.
The other takeaway, just randomly while we're on it, watching the start of the Knicks game before that, when they did the starting lineups, the Knicks have 3 of their starting 5 players in the playoffs all went to Villanova.
It's badass.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
But they're playing against Philly, and Villanova, of course, is in Philly.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Got all the Philly guys going after Philly. Makes for an interesting series if the 76ers don't, lose by 40 in every game. All right, let's check traffic, and then when we come back, we'll do an MLB reach around. Take a look at the rest of the action around baseball last night. Next here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Deadly crash in El Cajon, westbound on the 8 at Main Street has the right lane blocked. Stop and go conditions from past Greenfield Drive. It's also backed up southbound on the 67.
They're doing the reach around. They're doing the reach around. Everybody's doing the reach around.
Puts me in a good mood every day when I hear the theme song to the
It's peppy.
MLB reach
It's peppy. For the first time in almost a week, the Padres and Dodgers did not have the same results on a night. Unfortunately, it was because the Padres lost and the Dodgers won 8-3 over the Houston Astros. Former Astro long ago, Kyle Tucker hit his 4th home run of the season for the Dodgers in the win. Yoshinobu Yamamoto gave up 3 runs, but plenty of offense to support him in the victory.
I mean, the Astros stink. That's what good teams do. They go out and beat up on teams.
Correct. That's what the Dodgers
stink.
do. Yes, they beat up on teams like the Astros who are struggling.
Correct. They see it and they go, "Oh, this is one we've got to win."
The Mets doubled up the Rockies 4-2. The Rockies have lost 5 straight, but that's not really the worst news for Colorado. Worst news is that Denver is forecast to get about 8 inches of snow the next 2 days in May. Wondering if they'll be able to play any more games in this series. I mean, May, blizzard in Colorado incoming. That's not fun. You feel like, hey, we got through April.
We did
it. We're okay.
8 inches.
No, they say it could be actually the biggest snowstorm of the season.
I feel like I did see them like multiple times already in April. I saw like, call it 10 in the morning or something. You'd see an Instagram post. They're supposed to play a baseball game here tonight.
And they know how to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This one they say is going to be pretty big, especially this late in the year in Denver. So the Rockies may be stuck on that losing streak for at least a couple of days if that storm does hit in the Rocky Mountains. The Cardinals remain, I think, the biggest surprise in baseball so far this season. They have won 7 of 8. They doubled up the Milwaukee Brewers 6-3, even though the Brewers did get Jackson Chourio back, hit a home run in that game. Padres, of course, will see the St. Louis Cardinals coming to Petco Park for 4 games from Thursday through Sunday. The Cincinnati Reds had a 4-3 lead over the Cubs going into the 9th inning, but the Cubs tied it on a sacrifice fly and then won it on a Michael Conforto walk-off home run. The Cubs are just as hot as anybody. They won 6 in a row and 16 of their last 19 games. So that one win the Padres got against the Cubs, one of only 3 losses they've had in the last 3 weeks.
Did you guys see the little after the game, after the walk-off, PCA and Matt Shaw kind of going at it in the dugout
after the walk-off?
After the walk-off,
like they won in there.
PCA was coming around. He didn't think Matt Shaw was vociferous enough in his get down when he's on deck. So PCA doesn't slide and just cruises in. But then PCA is lighting him up in the dugout after, which again, like that's probably good. That's good communication, right? Like, hey, bro, you got to be dialed in here. We're trying to win these games. You got to tell me to get down and be a little bit more front and center there. So it was interesting. Those two guys screaming at each other in the dugout.
The Philadelphia Phillies have been playing better baseball under Don Mattingly. They won again yesterday, not offensively, but 1-0 over the Miami Marlins. Aaron Nola outdoing Jansen Junk.
Again,
actually
Jansen
pitched
Junk
pretty well for the Marlins of late. Phillies, they'll get the win 1-0.
There was a DFA by the Miami Marlins this morning. Old friend alert.
The sheriff.
Looking for a new precinct.
Don't even think about it. There will be no waiver claim on Chris Paddock by the San Diego Padres. I promise you that.
Yeah, I agree.
Not happening. No reunion. The Mariners, you heard the winning call by Rick Riz. They beat the hardest team to beat in baseball this season, the Atlanta Braves, 5-4. Did it with a 5-run sixth inning, a 3-run homer by Luke Raley, and a 2-run homer by J.P. Crawford. That is just the fourth time Atlanta has lost in more than 3 weeks.
Oh, what's that like?
Best start in baseball this season, but they did lose yesterday. The Yankees completed their mop of the Baltimore Orioles. They call it a wraparound 4-game series. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Oh.
It's a wraparound in the reach around.
I love that.
As the Yankees beat the Orioles 12-1. Aaron Judge hit his 14th homer of the season, 2-run shot.
14.
Speaking of 14 home runs, Munetaka Murakami hit his 14th of the year. That was all the White Sox would need. They'd get more, though, in a 6-0 win over the Angels, who continue to struggle. Davis Martin shut him down, 7 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts, only 5 hits for the White Sox starter. The Tampa Bay Rays have won 10 of 11. There are a lot of hot teams seemingly in baseball right now. I guess that means there has to be some cold teams. Padres are one of those.
Yep.
Rays have won 10 of 11.
Wow.
They beat the Blue Jays 5-1. The Kansas City Royals won their 4th in a row. They beat the Guardians 6-2. And the Boston Red Sox got a 3-run home run from Jarren Duran in a 5-run 7th inning. That was good enough for a 5-4 win over the Tigers.
Did you guys see that game?
I did not.
We flipped it on at home, and I looked at Hannah. I go, oh, this has to be a replay from 2020 because there was no one there. And I mean no one. Apparently, it was dumping rain so badly. The wind was so bad, Ben. Duran stuck his bat out.
Didn't see where it was going. I didn't see that highlight. He had no idea.
Then a couple plays later, somebody hits one to left. The guy backs up on it, looks at it, and is like, nope. And it died 10 feet in front of him. It was apparently the weather yesterday was excruciating. They did pan the crowd. There were 12 people in the lower concourse. I guess it was dumping rain and freezing cold and windy. 12.
You
like
rarely see that in baseball. I do that sometimes in golf, where you hit a tee shot and it's
idea.
I have no idea where that went.
Worst
Never
feeling
saw
on
it.
the
Did anyone
planet.
see it?
Anybody see it?
Like, am I going left? Am I going
No
right?
idea.
Is it down the middle? I did not see that ball at all, but it rarely happens in baseball. But sometimes you have a guy who thinks he fouled it off, and it's like, wait, that's fair. You better run.
I just hit a 3-run home run. The elements had a lot to do with it as well, but that's got to be a weird feeling.
All right, and there is your reach around for Tuesday morning. Full slate of games scheduled in Major League Baseball on a Tuesday, although it was a pretty busy Monday around Major League Baseball as well. All guests on Ben Woods, including Jesse Agler, in our next hour, appear to you on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. We will come back. We also have Take on Woods, as well as Jesse Agler in our 3rd hour of the program. Lots to get to. More Padres talk on the way, as well as we figure out what change do you want to see today. I mean, there's got to be some sort of change, right?
No
Something. What do you want to see Craig Stammen mix it up with tonight in San Francisco? All coming up with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, halfway home on a Tuesday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. I would like to have a clip of Jim Morrison screaming, "Wake up," and just play it over and over in the Padres clubhouse.
Instead of their walk-up song.
Just wake up, wake up, over and over. Like Guantanamo Bay. Just play it all day long until they're like, all right, enough. We have to win a baseball game tonight.
You missed it.
Yeah. Just the wake up.
You missed it. Woods used a chip this morning. The first of his 10 chips that he gave himself to just rail on the San Diego Padres.
Meltdown. Just a complete crash out. I've been so good about not crashing out this year. So good. Over and over. Just wake up! Yep. Wake up! Wake up! Wouldn't that make you want to go hit?
I mean, you didn't use one the first week, which was
because it's the
disciplined of you because it was the first week. After that, you had absolutely no cause to use a chip. They won 17 of 21 games. They were playing fantastic. And then, they started getting cold again. And you waited and you waited. And I think you actually pretty appropriate.
Judicious
time to use the first chip. You're more than a tenth of the way into the season. So you're not like you've outpaced yourself. You've got plenty left. If things get dire at some point, you've got more chips to play.
Boy, what you hate to do is use them on back-to-back days or
You're
something.
right.
You know what I mean? You go out and get swept.
They're like ABS
score.
challenges.
Yeah.
You got to be judicious in your use of the chip.
Use a chip today. What if they play worse tonight?
It's very possible. It's very
Logan
possible.
Webb.
Right. It's very, very possible.
Or does that make you go, oh, it's Logan Webb?
No, he's actually not having a great year. He's got an ERA in mid-fours. I mean, it's
doable.
It's absolutely, he's very beatable, as we said earlier on the program. But welcome, man. I'm Woodsy. That's Paulie and Ben Higgins. Now, this is interesting. Benny, you're about to embark on a quest, a spiritual journey out to Bandon Dunes.
It is somewhat spiritual.
It 100% is. You're heading up to Oregon, the Oregon coast, on Wednesday after the show.
I am going tomorrow after the show, late in the day.
Okay.
And then I will do the show from Eugene, where we land on Thursday. And then I will make the drive to Bandon. You will not see me on Friday or Monday.
Okay. Are you being super cautious? Because this is what happens to me when so
like walking down the stairs as carefully as I've ever walked down the stairs this morning.
Driving
I went about 52 in the rain this morning on the way to work. Like, do not want to do anything to jeopardize the trip.
Last year when I was going on my 50th birthday spiritual quest to Manchester, England, I remember texting my trainer and going, I'm out this week. And he's like, why? I go, I don't want to drop a dumbbell on my foot. I don't want a barbell to crush my chest and cave it in. I don't want somebody in PB to run me off the road. I'm doing my job. I'm going home and I'm sitting on my ass until it's time to get on that plane. And I do that when I have the baseball tournaments, once a year. The protection mode is like, hey, do you want to go do this? No, I do not want to go to the beach. I will get stung by a man of war. Forget it.
It's funny because 3 or 4 years ago, my buddy who's going with me to Bandon, Scott, we were going to go on a quick trip up to the LA area, and he fell down his stairs.
And was
Remember
not
able
Paulie?
to play. And it just killed him. Just like, he couldn't believe he missed the trip. So I always think about that, especially on the staircase now. Do not fall down the stairs. Do not fall down the stairs. But then when you start thinking about it, I feel like almost makes you more susceptible to do it. So now I'm spinning myself out over all the little maneuvers.
Man, I don't think it spins you. I think it's very smart to be hyper aware of everything going on around you in case, something happens, because you would hate to lose that trip. And I was afraid to check my phone the day before, like, you're going to need to fly home. Somebody's sick or like, I was so terrified. As soon as I got on the plane, I was like, oh, yes. Now the trip could have gone haywire, could have gone sideways, but just getting on the plane was enough. And just like every year when I go play ball, getting to Arizona, I'm like, okay, I made it. It's going to happen. We're going to do it
for sure.
I'm like a kid in that regard. Every single time I get so excited and I don't want anything to ruin it.
So yesterday, of course, was May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Actually fell asleep watching Star Wars. Just felt like, all right, I'll get into the spirit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't make it to the end, but the
the
original
first one, OG?
New Hope.
So the fourth one.
Yes, the fourth. Star Wars 4.
As they will remind you.
Yes. And I looked at my calendar and I thought, okay, so May 4th, may the 4th be with you. May 5th, that's something, isn't it? What is May 5th? That's some sort of holiday. And I could not remember what May 5th was. I go, May 5th. I know that's something. Just needed to translate it. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Yep, Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, which, for me is not you need an excuse to eat Mexican food, but I will take one if I've got one to enjoy some sort of Mexican meal at some point today.
Now, you know what also? It's Taco Tuesday.
It is also Taco Tuesday.
Works out.
Now, the easy answer is tacos or burritos, which is what I almost always go with, rolled tacos, whatever. But the question I want to ask both of you guys on this Cinco de Mayo, outside of those normal Mexican food taco shop staples, what's the most underrated Mexican food item?
Enchiladas.
That's a good answer.
Enchiladas.
People don't order them that
I don't
often.
get them that much, man. And it's very.
I'm more likely to get them from like a Mexican restaurant, maybe than a taco shop.
Sit down.
Correct.
Yeah. My aunt used to make these. I mean, it's very, very wide of us, but she used to make these sour cream enchiladas, chicken sour cream enchiladas. Ungodly. Like I'd eat 12 in one sitting. I'm like,
with a green sauce or a red sauce? Green sauce, yeah, that's the good
my
one with
God.
the chicken and sour cream.
Those are so elite.
Paul, you got one?
I love enchiladas.
Underrated Mexican food dish outside of the big.
I usually
three.
don't wander too far.
I know.
Away from the big
You know
three.
what
the
you
big
like.
three are always
Right.
really, really good.
So I can't really come up with something. Like I get it's one of 5 items, whether it's breakfast burrito, rolled tacos, or burrito or fish taco.
Or I love just a crunchy beef taco. I love just a crunchy
that's
beef
in the big
taco. It's
three
in the big
category.
I mean, I would say like
chili relleno.
So I have started. I used to, when I was a kid, like I could not even stand those. I would get a bite. I didn't like the chili. I didn't like the egg batter.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, I've seen, it's stuffed with cheese. This thing is delicious. It's fried. It's stuffed with cheese. This is really good. But I think my answer, and if you haven't tried one of these, you should find somewhere that does a really good one. Cantina Milewell in Normal Heights does one. It's called a torta ahogada.
Is that a sandwich?
It's a sandwich, but it also comes with like it's like a Mexican French dip.
Oh,
and it comes with this spicy broth, and it's a really good sandwich on really good bread, and usually there's like a carnitas or something inside. And then you dip it in the broth, and you eat it like a French dip.
Man.
Torta ahogada.
Oh, I'm so hungry
very,
right now.
very,
That sounds
very good.
Fantastic, Benjamin. Yeah, there's not too much I don't like on that menu, to be honest with you.
There's also the seafood side of it as well.
100%.
My favorite surprise is the gobernador taco. It's like shrimp and peppers and cheese all grilled up together on a tortilla. A gobernador taco. Those are really good.
Yeah, I'm so with that. And now, I mean, I think we all know what's going to happen tonight. I think everybody in town is going to be celebrating Cinco de Mayo after your little segment here.
Absolutely.
My mother-in-law lives very near the Lourdes in Escondido, and they have the soup,
the chicken soup.
Now I've tried
Jorge's or Lourdes. Those are the two places.
I've tried this, to get soup at other taco shops, and more. It's like that caldo. It's good. Nothing quite matches up with Lourdes though. But that's like it's incredibly highly rated.
It's just barely
dish,
Mexican,
but you don't think about
it. Tastes like chicken soup, except it's got rice in it and some more onions, and that's about it. But it's really, really good.
Oh my God, it is a lifesaver.
It's so good. Oh, great. Now I want a burrito. Had a burrito yesterday for lunch. I had to meet a friend for lunch, and I had a burrito yesterday. Falling apart.
On the 4th of May, Cuatro de Mayo, you had a burrito. You didn't save yourself.
The people that you helped with the suitcase.
Oh.
They said, we'd love to see you. I haven't seen him yet. You've seen him before I did.
I did.
And they said, you want to meet for lunch? I said, sure. So we went to taco stand, and I had a shrimp and carne asada burrito. And I left just the butt end because I didn't want to be a pig and eat the whole thing. But I stared at it as I was leaving and thought about popping it into my mouth.
I'm not going to disparage Taco Stand. Taco Stand's great, especially when for out of town. It's like you want to take them there.
They moved to North Carolina.
I'm probably not going to go on my own and stand in a line for tacos. And there's so many good places in San Diego.
It was dead. There was no one there.
That's good.
It was noon, straight up noon. Yeah. And when they said noon, I went, oh my God, we're going to be there an hour and a half. I walked in.
Maybe it's because it was the 4th of May and everyone was thinking, I'm going tomorrow, so I'll wait today.
Yeah. I think maybe tonight, get some enchiladas. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds really
an old
good.
school cheese crisp.
Cheese crisp.
It's basically a fried quesadilla that's open faced. It's like a little Mexican pizza thing too.
Yeah.
So I love one of those.
Oh, I like a tostada too. A lot with beans and lettuce. It's
I've
very
never
messy,
loved the tostada.
but I love
too much
a
lettuce.
tostada.
Too much lettuce.
I like the
usually
lettuce
for me.
I like the lettuce. My yeah, that's definitely going to happen tonight. Ooh, maybe I will get a tostada tonight. I think the beans spread on there, the cheese, I vomited.
Now, what about the big shell taco salad one?
Love
It's
it.
like the
Can
big
eat it.
bowl
I
taco.
vomited
Those are pretty good.
from a quesadilla.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what you eat after you've been sick. It's like the most benign.
I got sick from
flour,
a greasy ass. It
tortilla,
was a
and
greasy ass quesadilla, and I
will
got sick.
say that taco shops sometimes put too much cheese in the quesadilla.
Agreed.
And I know
Yep.
people will complain like, "Where's the cheese?" But I think a good quesadilla is not overly cheesy. It really has to have a good flour tortilla.
Gets greasy.
And just enough cheese to give that flavor.
It's
But it's really about the tortilla more than it is about the cheese.
It's literally all my 5-year-old eats. It's the only thing on the planet he will eat. Fruit and quesadillas is what he makes his living on. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen. We went to a really nice steakhouse. He got a quesadilla. They had to make it special for him. I think they had to go out and buy tortillas. Yeah, I'm not kidding.
It's a nice establishment.
Very
All right,
nice
we gotta
establishment.
We got to satisfy this 4-year-old, 5-year-old. Go and buy a tortilla so we can make him a quesadilla.
That's exactly right. The seas part for that kid.
All right.
Well, now I'm starving.
Now
so
we're all
thanks
hungry.
for that.
All right.
Should we open up the phone lines and ask everybody where they like to go?
No.
Ooh, flautas. Oh, yes. Flautas I love. You don't like those?
I feel like I'd rather have a rolled taco, like a regular with the corn tortilla.
I'll
as
mix
opposed
it
to the
up.
flour.
I like the
Too much tortilla
I like flour
in my
tortillas.
flauta.
I do too. So good.
So just all right. As long as we're on this topic, tortilla rankings:
flour, corn,
fresh, homemade, delicious corn. 1.
No.
Every other flour tortilla, right in the middle. Bad store-bought corn tortilla, bottom of the pack.
yeah.
It's incredible how good and how bad a corn tortilla can be. And every flour tortilla, there's some
Pretty
that are a
good.
little bit better, but they're all
pretty good.
Pretty good right in the middle.
Because of that consistency, though, that's why I like flour.
Sometimes you're risking it with a corn tortilla.
Right.
But if you go to a Tacos El Gordo and they make the fresh one right there, and
It's
like
really
you buy
good
it,
there.
It's really, really good.
Man.
Really good.
All right, let's go. Take a little break. We're going to go get some Mexican
You
food.
got to play
We'll be
Take
back.
on Woods.
Oh, I do. Okay.
And maybe Paulie can, we actually need everybody for Take on Woods. If you want to be our contestant next segment and try to qualify for our new grand prize, $500 gift card to the Westgate Las Vegas, call us now, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. It is music, TV, or movie trivia, your choice. Coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Or on the subject of food, if you're looking for a great place to eat, Sammy's at 7 Miles got you covered. Not only the great pizzas and pastas and salads, but the 24/7 players menu at Sammy's inside 7 Mile Casino has the Kung Pao chicken, the Asian pork chop with the slaw that Woods loves.
Delicious.
And, of course, you can always get that messy sundae, which is one of the best desserts you're going to find anywhere.
Yeah, you can do all that, and certainly you can go in and sit down and play some California-style blackjack, some Texas Hold'em, some Pai Gow, and some Baccarat. And the best part is it's just 7 minutes from downtown, so very close. It's also a smoke-free environment, which I think is important. It is a very simple place to find and get to, and once you park, you're there. It doesn't take forever. You don't have to spend 4 to 5 hours there to feel like you got your money's worth.
Yeah, because it's smoke-free and it's light and it's windows. You wouldn't think they'd need a great patio. They have one of the best patios around.
They do.
It's big. It overlooks San Diego Bay, so you can enjoy lunch out there or have a cocktail at the bar. There's TVs everywhere. They just want you to be comfortable. Come back again and again. If you're a card player, make it your spot. We've made it ours. So easy to get to. Right off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball season is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now. Mention radio for a free month of pool service. Got the Incorporator with Jesse Agler coming up at the bottom of the hour. Stay tuned for that. First, though, let's get to today's game. It is time to play Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. And let's go to line 6. Is this Jorge?
Yes, it is.
Jorge, would you like to play Take on Woods?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's do this. 5 questions of trivia, UV Woods. If you beat or tie Woods, we'll put you into the grand prize drawing. You could be the first for this month's grand prize, a $500 gift card to the Westgate Las Vegas, home of legendary Vegas fun, now offering the breakaway from fees package, including a $75 daily dining credit, 2-day spa passes, daily cabaret tickets, complimentary valet parking, and $0 resort fees, starting at $89 a night. Book now at westgatelasvegas.com. All right, here are your category choices. We've still got music, all 2-second songs. That's just mean. Mean lyrics. You'll need to identify the song title and artist. Movies, game time. 5 movies whose titles end in the word game. And our new TV category, funny people. 5 fictionalized television shows about comedians. So, music, that's just mean. Movies, game time, or TV, funny people. What would you like to play, Jorge?
Oh, I'm going to avoid the music because that's Woodsy's strong point.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with the movie.
Movies, game time. So we've got 5 movie titles that all end in the word game. You'll have 60 seconds to get as many as you can. If you don't know one, you can pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First questions are 2-second movie clip. You need to identify the movie based on the clip Paulie plays, so listen carefully. Jorge, you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
Paul, you good to go?
I'm
All
ready.
right, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. The movie category today is game time. Jorge, your time begins when Paul plays our clip. Good luck, Jorge. Let's take on Woods.
You name me Jesus after Earl Monroe, not Jesus in the Bible?
Not Jesus of the Bible, Jesus of North Philadelphia.
Pass.
Theatergoers in 1992 were shocked by the gender-bending twist in which movie starring Stephen Ray as a member of the Irish Republican Army who forms an unlikely relationship?
Oh, jeez.
Billy Chappell reflects on his relationship with Jane while retiring the Yankees 27 up and 27 down in his career finale in which 1999 movie?
Ooh. For the Love of the Game.
Correct. Benedict Cumberbatch starred in which 2014 biography of British mathematician and World War II codebreaker Alan Turing?
The Imitation Game?
Correct. Based on a science fiction classic by Orson Scott Card, which 2013 film centers on Ender Wiggin, a child military genius trained on a space station to defeat an alien threat.
Ender's Game?
Correct. Let's go back to our 2-second movie clip. We got three. You did not get He Got Game. That was Denzel. Ray Allen. Yeah. And then Crying Game was the second one. So 3 is the score. I don't know. Beatable? We'll see what Woods can do here with the same 5 questions. All right. Movies today against Jorge. His score is locked in.
All right.
60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the movie clip. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Jorge.
You name me Jesus after Earl Monroe, not Jesus in the Bible?
Not Jesus of the Bible, Jesus of North Philadelphia.
That's Denzel. What? Philadelphia?
Incorrect. Theatergoers in 1992 were shocked by the gender-bending twist in which movie starring Stephen Ray as a member.
Crying Game.
Correct. Billy Chappell reflects on his relationship.
For Love of the Game.
Correct. Benedict Cumberbatch starred in which 2014 biography of British mathematician and World War II codebreaker Alan Turing?
Oh, no. Pass.
Based on a science fiction classic by Orson Scott Card, which 2013 film centers on Ender Wiggin, a child military genius trained on a space station to defeat an alien threat.
The Tank Game.
Incorrect. Benedict Cumberbatch starred in which 2014 biography of British mathematician and World War II codebreaker Alan Turing?
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, I'm vomiting all over myself.
Not literally again, hopefully.
No.
Quickly.
I can't remember.
Kind of need it.
I can't remember. I'm out.
And Jorge with a 3-2 win in game time.
What was the first one with Denzel?
So it ends in game. What is it? He Got Game with Ray Allen.
Well, if you don't
Denzel
get it,
Washington.
you got to figure out the category.
Yeah,
later.
Imitation Game was the one you did get. And
Imitation
Ender's Game.
What was it?
Ender's Game.
Ender's. I never even heard.
One of my favorite books growing up of all time. And a
Ender's
pretty
Game.
good movie too, actually.
I never even heard of it.
Never heard of Ender's Game?
I don't. Not that I can recall.
You're not a science fiction guy, though, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
There's aliens, there's space stations, there's battles.
Damn it.
It's not for Woods. I figured that would be the toughest one. Jorge, congratulations. Stay on the line. Paulie will put you into the drawing for the $500 gift card to the Westgate, Las Vegas.
Did you ever see He Got Game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Love it.
Spike Lee.
Yep. I saw that many, many years ago. Is that the one?
It's Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
Yeah, it was a high
fantastic.
school phenom.
Yeah,
And
maybe the best performance ever by a guy who's not an actor was an
Right?
actual
Yeah.
athlete,
It was a
right?
real
In a
athlete.
movie?
He was
it's
so
a
good.
terrific.
Yeah.
It's a bit of got some racy parts to it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I wouldn't maybe
Yeah, I liked
sit the
it.
boys down for
I
it.
liked those parts,
But-
as I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
That was
why I
the clip.
included that in the clip. So you
Excellent.
get his
He
name
said
in there.
You
Missed
didn't
it
name me
entirely.
after.
You name me Jesus after Earl Monroe, not Jesus in the Bible?
Not Jesus of the Bible, Jesus of North Philadelphia.
Earl the Pearl Monroe, Jesus of North Philadelphia.
That was a tough one.
That was tough.
I wonder if the game would have helped me. I think it might have.
Might have a little
Yeah.
bit. All right, let's do a little early. We can take a timeout. We'll have plenty of time for Jesse Agler, a Tuesday incorporator. We also need Jesse's just calm, measured takes on the San Diego Padres after yesterday's 3-2 loss to the San Francisco Giants. Jesse will join us from the Bay Area coming up next with Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Woods has already used one of his 10 chips on the San Diego Padres.
How many games in?
We are now
31.
31 games in.
What am I on
34
pace for?
games in.
34.
I'm on pace
So-
for 5-6 chips.
That's
this year.
it. You
That's
could
not
you
bad.
could end the season with chips in pockets.
Can't really spend them though. So I
No,
might as
but
well
I think
use
that would
them.
be an incredibly good sign for the San Diego Padres.
I think that'd be an
if you still had
excellent
chips
sign.
at the end of the season.
Exactly. You're very. That's dead on.
I mean, first of all, you want games to matter enough that you care.
Yeah, of course.
So you want to still be thinking about using chips in September.
Yeah, if they
because
drop
the
like
games-
17 in a row, what's the reason?
Now, do you get
that
new chips for the play? If they make the playoffs, do you get new chips for the playoffs, or do you have to save them for the playoffs as
I
well?
think all
'Cause
bets are off. In
every
October.
loss in the playoffs is chip worthy always, because
Yeah,
you're always going
exactly.
to lose your mind.
That's exactly right.
Jesse doesn't operate that way.
Nope.
He's got to maintain a bit more of a even keel over 162. He is standing by. Will join us right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Chula Vista to San Diego, brake lights northbound on the 805 from H Street to University Avenue. Northbound on the 5, it's slow from Palomar Street to the 94.
All right, and joining us right now on our SDCCU fan hotline, it's not Big Bank Banking, it is better, from the Bay Area, San Francisco, California, the voice of the San Diego Padres, Jesse Agler. And first of all, Jesse, just wanted to say very nice tribute to John Sterling on your Jackson Merrill home run call in the first inning last night.
It was awesome.
No, thanks. Yeah. I think I messed it up a little bit, which I didn't realize until after.
Just a little.
But yeah.
God, you should, Jesse, you should see the glee in his eyes when he goes, you did. He wanted to get that in there.
You say it is high, it is far, not it is deep. You said,
yeah, no, I know what it is.
It is deep. It is gone.
I know what it is. It's just, one of those things like, here, can I take, this is going to sound like a little bit of a dig. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting the Padres to hit a home run in the first inning. So it caught me a little bit off guard.
First time all season. Don couldn't believe the graphic. Don was like, can you put that graphic up there again? I don't know that I believe that. And Bud's like, no, it's right there. Look, the first home run they've hit in the first inning all season.
This is one of those things where it's all about the sentiment, and that's what really counts. Not the accuracy necessarily, but the intent of the tribute was clear and unmistakable.
Jesse, do you like the new Ben and Woods bit of just playing audio that embarrasses you every week? Because this was not planned. I mean, we didn't plan that.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but Jesse brought it up. Look, hey, when you make a mistake, you own it. And look, it's again, I'm going to stand by thought that counts on this one. Like it would have been better to not screw that up. The funny thing is, like, everybody in the world knows the right thing. I don't know what my brain was doing right there. But it just shows you sort of, as you guys know very well, the nature of live broadcasting. And as I tell our writer friends all the time, hey, I don't got a backspace key. So it's sort of it happens the way it happens. And I don't know what my brain was trying to do. But just wanted to get a little something in for John. And I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to visit with him, several times over the last few years. And just a peach of a human being. And I think the thing that I would want to share about him is that what you heard on the air was literally like what it was like to have a conversation with him. I think most people would think that the whole thing was an act because it was so over the top and it was so theatrical. But like, that's what it was like talking with him 3 hours before the game. Like, he was still that guy. And that was so wonderful to learn. I mean, he was just so, bombastic and loud and theatrical, even when you were talking. And the one that stands out for whatever reason was, I think the first time I met him was like when they came to Petco. It was, 2017, 2018, something like that. And Solarte was playing for the Padres, and he had been with the Yankees previously. And so I'm catching up with John and Susan in their booth in San Diego. And, Solarte comes up because he was a familiar name to them and probably the only familiar name to them on the Padres at that point. And they were, oh, I love that Solarte. What a hitter. It's just so great. And like just kind of raving about Jan Hervis Solarte. And, it's a fun little memory. And one of the best ever did this. He did it very differently. He did it his way. And it was always kind of neat getting to spend time with him.
Talking to our pal Jesse Agler here on Ben and Woods this morning, and in my quest for personal enlightenment, peace, growth, all of it, Jesse, I gave myself 10 crash outs for the season. I call it a chip, and I have not used one to this point until this morning. Last night had me crashing out, and I. We open the show, throw the chip on the table, and say, I'm gonna cash one in today. And I don't know. Sure. I mean, we've been going through the offensive woes now for more than it's more than just this season. It's last season, maybe the season before that, even at times. Yeah. But I don't know how you fix it, right? And I my kind of overarching theme was I don't like the killer instinct to go and just feast on a guy from AAA. I don't know what the record is. I mean, I don't know it, but it does feel like the Padres can be a really soft landing spot for those guys at times.
I feel like that's looking at it through a prism that I don't necessarily think is the most accurate way to look at it. Sort of throwing a blanket, oh, he's up from AAA is not it, I don't think. I mean, the guy yesterday, he made 2 big league starts last year, both of which were really, really good, including a 7-inning outing in San Francisco in which he struck out 10 and didn't allow an earned run. So, it's not, oh, he's some rando from AAA. It's like, he's a guy who knows what he's doing. And, the ground ball guy has been a consistent, problem for the Padres. Yes. And I think teams know that. And, so you're seeing a lot of that. And, I think what I had understood was originally the idea was they were going to use the guy last night in their doubleheader on Thursday in Philadelphia. And they switched it up and they used Hauser, I think, instead in one of those games. And so that meant that they used McDonald last night. And I wonder if that was because they said, you know what, we kind of like McDonald against the Padres, even though he's going to be on like 9 or 10 days rest from his last AAA start. So, I mean, look, like the book is out, right? Like for, whatever reason or reasons, I think teams know that like that sinker slider guy against this collection of Padre hitters is a good matchup for pitchers. So it's not, oh, he's some random from AAA you've never heard of. And, I say this all the time, like just because most of us have never heard of the guy doesn't mean he isn't capable.
For sure.
Doesn't mean he isn't a good matchup. And like the guy last night, the Giants obviously thought he was a good matchup for the Padres, and it turned out to be the case. Now, it didn't look like it was going to be that kind of game at the beginning, right?
Right.
Jackson hits a rocket to center field. Casey Schmidt answers back in the first inning. And it was like, oh, we're not going to have one of these usual, Padre Giant Oracle Park games. And then, of course, we ended up having exactly that. But, he pitched well. He did. And then, I think, I have the privilege of sitting next to Tony every night, who is just so locked in on these things. And, he was really, really good in, let's call it the first 4 innings. And then come the 5th or the 6th, all of a sudden those sinkers weren't so sinky.
Yes.
They were up a little bit more. And at that point, I think the Padre offense, they weren't able to take advantage of the mistakes there. And I don't know if that's because they were frustrated from what happened in the first few innings or, because you just sort of, you're down at that point and, maybe you start to press a little bit, but there were definitely moments to be had. That's true. There were opportunities to be had that they didn't take. And as Craig Stammen said last night, look, at some point they're going to have to figure these kinds of guys out. They are. And they're working on that. And I have confidence that they'll get around on that because, again, they've got too much talent on this team. They've got too many good hitters on this team not to be able to figure this sort of thing out. The other thing I'll throw out there is, if we were all having this conversation this time last year, what is today? May what?
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. We wouldn't have been thinking about like Ramon Laureano, right? Like Ramon Laureano is not on our radar. We know how AJ gonna AJ, and by the end of this year, by the back half of this year, there's probably gonna be a couple different pieces. And so, it's just that reminder that not only is there a long way to go, but, there are probably going to be some pretty big changes made, at some point along the way.
San Francisco, rough place for Cinco de Mayo. You're just going to get a giant tortilla filled with rice in San Francisco, unfortunately. Jesse, who was that playing second base for the Giants last night?
Robbie Alomar.
He swung like Luis Arraez for sure. Did not play defense like Luis Arraez. My goodness gracious, that guy was on fire out there.
Was there anybody happier on the west coast of the United States at about 9:30 last night than Luis Arraez?
No.
I mean, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, made a nice base running play that ended up being kind of the difference in the game in a way, and then obviously made, as you said, like 6 Hall of Fame worthy type defensive plays. I mean, look, he said it nonstop the last couple of years. He said, I'm a second baseman. I can be a very good second baseman. Let me be a second baseman. The defensive metrics have loved him this year. There was a really good fan graph story a couple of days ago about Luis being a really good defensive second baseman so far this year. Look, part of it is he's getting the opportunity. Part of it is he's getting the opportunity to work with Ron Washington every day, who, I think most of us would say is as good of a defensive coach, an infield coach as there's been in the last, 40, 50 years in Major League Baseball. You can throw Perry Hill in there, who's with Seattle now if you want, and then he's working his tail off. And it was really impressive. I'd read the story a couple of days ago about how he's working and he's doing this and he's doing that and the positioning and all this, but to see him go out there and make those plays, it was like, oh man, I mean, that was legit and good for Luis to go out there and prove that he could do it. We'll see how it goes over the long season, obviously, but that had to feel very, very good for him. And I mean, if he doesn't make one of those plays, it could be a completely different game yesterday.
No question.
That's, the kind of game that it was. It was pretty remarkable.
Watching Ron Washington videos on Instagram, it's like ASMR to me. I do it all the time. I think he's the most brilliant.
He's so cool. So I kind of first caught on to his thing. I don't know how many people get the opportunity to be at games super early, but now pretty much every team has a coach or a pair of coaches who works with an infielder. They kind of get down on their knees and they just kind of hit like fungos at them from 2 feet away, right? And the infielder has this little flat glove sort of thing. And everybody does a little bit differently. And like every team does now. You see Machado do it, you see Cronenworth do it. Everybody does it, right? But like 5-7 years ago, Ron Washington, when he was with the Braves, they were like the only ones doing it. And, he was always out there super early, and I noticed it. So one year, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, whatever, I went down and I introduced myself to Ron Washington because I just thought it was really cool that, I saw him doing this. And obviously, like, their guys were really good. Their infielders. You could just see the difference that this work was making. And I never met him before. And I just, I wanted to say hi and tell him, I saw what he was doing and I could tell the difference it was making and how cool I thought that was. Because they were putting in more work than any other team. They were, and you could see the results of it. And, he was so cool about it. And all he wanted to say was, hey, man, I'm just trying to pass it on to the next generation.
Oh, I love it.
He's like, that's all he cared about. He didn't want to take any credit. He didn't want to beat his chest about it. He goes, I just want to help the next guy. And it was just like the most pure coach, capital C kind of energy you could possibly have. And it's cool because like everybody caught on eventually. And now like every single team is sort of doing the Ron Washington team thing. And it's neat too, because like every team now I think has sort of like rediscovered that, hey, maybe working on defensive drills and defensive fundamentals before the game can actually help you win games. And you see everybody do it now. It's pretty neat. And it's all about Ron Washington doing it.
Who's the Ron Washington of hitting, and can we hire him ASAP? Because that's what I would like to see, Jesse, right now.
I don't think that actually exists.
Because I honestly, man, I go round and round at times on Twitter, less than I used to for sure. But I saw Dave Souza's got to go, and I said, well, all right, Souza goes. Just like V-Mart went, just like Berdar went, and on we go. At some point, it's the responsibility of the guys with the bat in their hand at the end of the day. I do think they get the right information. I do think, they have the right technology. I don't feel like we're in the dark ages here in San Diego with that. Maybe it could improve, certainly, but I don't know. But the offensive futility has taken over my brain right now. And while Ben is trying to figure out what starting pitcher we can trade for, I'm trying to figure out who would be the best guy to add to this lineup, and I just don't know.
I mean, look, it's probably a little bit early for that conversation, but again, Preller's going to Preller.
Yeah.
At some point. I mean, so it's a bit early for that, but like he's got something going on in his brain. I guarantee you. And whether he's able to pull the trigger on that now or in a month or in 2 months, we'll see. But, he's going to try and do something big, whether it ends up happening or not. That's always a complicated kind of conversation to have. Here's the thing about the hitting, though, and Tony and I have this conversation a fair amount, is that, putting aside the cliche of it's the hardest thing to do in sports.
Right.
The pitchers are the ones who have, the great technological advantage, yes. Yeah. Although the hitters are catching up to that. But also, the pitchers control everything, right? The hitters are the reactive ones. So, the hitter is always the one sort of having to wait and see. The pitcher is the one who's choosing what to throw, when to throw, where to throw. Not that they're perfect all the time, but the hitter doesn't know, right? So the hitter is always, playing something of a guessing game, a reaction game. And it's just so much of a harder thing to do. So, it's harder to hit than it is to pitch. So there's always an inherent advantage to the pitcher. And so, especially in today's day and age when the stuff is as filthy as it is and the scouting reports are what they are, I just think it's maybe harder to hit than it's ever been. I mean, that's why you see the strikeout numbers where they are, and so look, now you add an ABS, the strike zone is smaller. So maybe guys get a little bit more passive and the walks are up. I just think there's a lot going on. And then, you get into a slump and things can spiral. And yeah. I don't know. I think at some point, these guys are talented enough where things get going. But look, Stammen said after the game last night, it's probably time to do a little bit of a shakeup. You saw the Giants do a big roster shakeup yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if the Padres do something of a lineup shakeup, sometime in the next day or two. Just kind of for the sake of it, and you do see that sometimes, and we're probably getting close to that point.
Jesse, before we get to the Incorporator, we mentioned last week our big boss here at Odyssey, Michael, left the company. You're getting a new big boss with the San Diego Padres, finally officially announced. How do you feel about it after the news was released over the weekend?
It's obviously, kind of a huge piece of news. This will, really be the first time I've gone through something like this. And, I've not had the opportunity to speak to Ms. Jones or Mr. Feliciano or meet them or anything like that. But, like everything I have heard and read is exceptionally positive and exciting. And the Seidler family, the Fowler family have done so much good for this franchise and so much good for this community. So I think, as John Seidler said the other day, this is a very bittersweet thing, for his family, but I think for all of us, right? But it does seem to me from everything I'm hearing that the baton is being passed in like the ultimately responsible way. It's being passed to people who have the same sort of priorities in mind that Peter and the Seidlers all did. That they're going to be stewards of a franchise that, means something to this community that really goes beyond just the product on the field. And I think that's part of what's made the Padres so special in San Diego, this last, call it 10 years at this point, that everybody's sort of gotten on board and realized that this goes, just beyond baseball, and that the Padres, we've sort of seen them become, as I like to say, the center of the culture in San Diego, and that, the team means so much to so many people in so many ways. And I really do get the sense that the new ownership group, gets that. And I think that's a big part of why, they seem to be as excited as they are to step in. And I'm really obviously looking forward to meeting them and kind of getting to work with them and seeing where this thing can go. Obviously, assuming everything goes through with MLB, I don't see why it wouldn't. And we'll kind of see where it all goes. But yeah, not much else I can say, obviously, other than that. But, it seems like their priorities are in line with, where the priorities are. And that's great, because I think the priorities are in a wonderful place.
Jesse, you ready for me to drop an F word on you?
The F-bomb.
Yes.
Week 6, we're at the letter F. Here is your word, Jesse.
Fistuliform.
Whoa.
Fistuliform.
Fistuliform.
It means shaped like a pipe or a hollow tube. Fistuliform.
Shaped like a pipe. Well,
yeah. It's got a big, hollow opening in the middle. Fistuliform.
It's a noun?
It is an adjective. Yes.
Fistuliform.
Fistuliform.
Okay.
It's describing the form of the, Okay.
Good luck.
All right.
All right.
Fistuliform.
Thank you, Jesse. Have a good broadcast. Talk to you next Tuesday.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Jesse Agler on our SDCCU fan hotline, voice of the Padres,
Mr.
every
Levity.
Tuesday morning.
Mr. Levity.
I think people
Feel better?
a little bit better, as they always do.
I don't.
When we talk to Jesse. Wood still playing his chip, doesn't feel that much better. Paulie's got some Rival Report headlines coming up next, including a new foreign transfer player for the Aztecs. All coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Final hour of Ben and Woods. Thanks again to Jesse Agler, joined us just a minute ago. He said he expects maybe some sort of changes, lineup changes, roster changes we could see today. Certainly, we expect Yuki Matsui to be activated, and my guess would be Kyle Hart's going to be optioned down to AAA. Nothing official from the Padres at this point. The mystery one is some internet rumors that Seung-Moon Song could get activated for the first time.
Got a text from somebody that said, yeah, he's not great in El Paso. So I think tempering enthusiasm is something that we should all do as it pertains to Seung-Moon Song, or honestly, really anybody else that they call up.
Yeah, I if you're thinking that Seung-Moon Song is going to immediately come in and turn around the entire team's offense, I think that's foolish.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that he needs.
Does he need to do that much to upgrade a little bit offensively near the bottom of the lineup? Not really. Right now. I mean, everyone's struggling. You just get a few hits. That could actually improve the team a little bit. Right now, he's hitting .293 at AAA with a .364 on base percentage, .718 OPS. Just one home run, 15 runs batted in. It is Pacific Coast League, but those aren't awful numbers. No. We'll see how he does against big league pitching, which is going to be much tougher, obviously. But, it's not like, he's hitting 100 at AAA. Now you're bringing him up. He's close to hitting 300 at AAA. One of the better hitters on the team. Actually, the best hitter on the team right now is Samad Taylor.
Yes.
Who is the left fielder for El Paso. He's hitting 330, 6 homers, 990 OPS. I don't believe he's on the 40-man. It would require more roster machinations. But he has been very hot for the Chihuahuas so far this season.
All right. Well, I mean, we'll see. I think a shake up, like Jesse said, is probably necessary. They were shaking it up so much at the beginning of the year, and they stopped shaking.
I mean, remember, this is AAA. Mason McCoy has a 914 OPS. We know what Mason McCoy does offensively at the big league level. Not that much. So, Jace Bowen has a 916 OPS. Jose Miranda is right around 800. Seung-Moon Song's below all those guys right now. So in that sense, yes, he's not the greatest offensive option in the world, but they've invested some money in him, and at some point you're going to have to give him an opportunity at the big league level.
For sure. I mean, there's desperate times. It's been desperate. It's been desperate for at least 2 seasons. Desperate. Bottom 3 team in baseball in offense. That's
flashes of fun and brilliance and greatness, but overall,
bottom 3 team in all offensive categories for years now. Years. This isn't a 2026 problem.
I know it doesn't feel like it, but in the last 2 days, they have gotten home runs from 4 of their key players.
Yeah.
Manny and Duhar, Jackson, and Laureano have all homered in the last 2 days.
Yep.
So it's not completely gone. They just need more consistency up and down the lineup.
No doubt.
Or you're not going to put together, not asking for 10, we're asking for 5.
My dude's threw 7 last night. Straight up from AAA. He's threw 7 with 80 pitches. Can't happen. And again, Jesse said, the guy was good. I saw Jackson Merrill in AC's newsletter said, the guy had good ass last night. Right? Different from his perspective than ours, certainly. Jackson hit him well. The other guys missed a ton. They missed a ton. And then one of the pitch profiler guys put it out like, good results-based outing for him, but he was not sharp. The fastball was, as Jesse said, started to lose some of that sink. The slider was hanging, and you missed it. That's what I talk about. That's what I mean when I say killer instinct. Like, this is a wounded animal. He's a wounded animal. How do we take him out, at this point?
Speaking of Padres minor leagues, Lucas Giolito expected to start tonight for AA San Antonio, moving up a level. He's probably got 2, maybe 3 more rehab starts tops before they need to activate him as well. So we should have a report for you tomorrow morning on how Lucas Giolito fared in his.
I like how you say that.
Giolito.
It's very peppy.
Giolito.
Some people would say Giolito. And you say Giolito. I like that. It's peppy.
Pop the tea a little.
Yeah.
Giolito.
Just pop that tea.
All right. Paulie, pop some headlines for us.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Happy, was it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, gentlemen. We will get started. I'll pay off the tease because I only got 1 sports story today. San Diego State added a new transfer player to the roster, and we talked about it just very briefly earlier. David Torresani from Italy.
There he is.
Yes.
Do you have a nickname? Because I feel like he needs a nickname.
It's actually pronounced David.
David?
It is.
Is it?
David.
Yeah.
David Torresani.
I don't
David
know.
Torresani.
I don't know what his nickname is or what
He
it
needs
should
one.
be.
The torpedo or something.
He's a 6'2" guard. He's 20 years old, and he, from what I was able to gather, he is a defensive stud. I was talking with some friends yesterday. It does appear that San Diego State may be trying to get back to the San Diego State way. You know, the San Diego State way was they were winning a lot of games back in the day, like 60-52. You know, very
Stifling.
low scoring games. And then San Diego State started to adapt and change their game, and they were scoring more, but they were winning or losing games, you know, in the 80s or even the 90s. So maybe San Diego State are going to try to get back to defense because this guy is he's a defensive nightmare.
Good
for any of the ball
Can't wait to see
handlers.
him.
He's 20 years old. He was playing in Serie A over
Serie A.
in Italy. And
Serie A.
no, Serie A, like Liga Serie A. And then
Same as their soccer league. The top league is their
Serie
A
A.
league, their A league.
What did I see here? Yeah, he shoots 44% from the floor, 38 from 3.
Not a huge scorer, but
No,
he's
not a
also
big offensive guy.
He's only 21. He's playing against mostly like 30-year-olds in
Like
this professional
grown men.
league.
Yes.
Coming off the bench, and he's considered one of the top like young players in Italy. Still a little raw. Apparently, according to Mark Ziegler, he even considered coming out for the NBA draft last year, but decided to stay another year in Europe, and now he's going to cash in with some NIL money at San Diego State. The interesting story also is how he got there. His teammates with 36-year-old Deshaun Stevens, who was an Aztec like 17 years ago playing for Coach Fisher and Coach Dusher. And he said, hey, I love my experience at San Diego State. You should give him a check if you're going to go over NIL. And one thing leads to another. And all of a sudden, David Torresani is now an Aztec next season. Played for NutriBullet Treviso from the small Italian city of NutriBullet.
NutriBullet, like the NutriBullet?
Yeah, it's their sponsor. It's, you know, it's like Japanese baseball teams. They're named after sponsors, not cities. Treviso's the city. NutriBullet, the sponsor. Play for the NutriBullets. It's funny.
All right, we'll move on here. Now, I saw this story here. It's about a new app out there. Now, I don't think I would use this app because I don't really like weddings, but I do acknowledge that.
Why don't you like weddings, Paulie?
It's a long day. It's a very long day, even for like even if you're just showing up, you're not even a participant, you're not a groomsman or anything. It's a long day.
Your whole Saturday is shot.
Maybe it involves a vacation. Maybe you got to travel for this wedding. There's the gifts. There's a lot that goes into it. There's the bachelor. Are you going to a bachelor party? Is it a bachelorette party? Like, do you have to help set up? You know what I mean? Like, I've had to do all of it. I've had weddings where you show up and do nothing, and then I've had weddings where you're like, hey, can you help fold some chairs? We need.
I don't really like to drink. I don't really like to dance. I mean, love is
If you don't
fine,
like
but
to drink, then the free drinks
Doesn't
pretty
do
much.
much for me.
Then you're just eating wedding food.
Yeah, and that is like
can be hit or miss.
Are we going to have? Is it buffet style banquet chicken?
Am I
Is
waiting
it-
3 hours?
Exactly.
Is the ceremony 50 minutes
fair enough.
long?
I acknowledge, though, that I may be in the minority, and a lot of people do enjoy going to weddings. It's a beautiful celebration of love. It's a fun day,
Totally.
et cetera, et cetera. But there is this app called Not a Wedding Crasher that has just come out. It came out last month. And what it basically does is allows, if you are having a wedding, it is allowing you to register your wedding through this app. And if you have any open seats at your wedding, maybe you had 200 seats that you paid for and 20 people said, hey, sorry, we can't make it, or we were going to go, and then something came up and you have all these empty seats, thought process here is you've already paid all that money for the wedding. You can sell tickets to your wedding essentially to complete strangers. They can go on and be like, oh, there's a wedding up in Laguna Beach next weekend. You want to go? And you can buy, whoever's hosting the wedding can set whatever price they want. $50, $500, it doesn't matter.
You get the meal, you get the drinks, you get the party, you get the music.
There's
maybe for less than if you had gone out on your own to like a fancy dinner. You just get to pay for it and go to a wedding instead.
It said for the couples, it provides a way to fill last-minute cancellations or otherwise untaken seats and
with
hoping
strangers that you don't know that are coming to your wedding.
I mean,
why not? Okay, how about this? Why not just charge people to come?
Well, you are
essentially
charge everyone.
Charge your own friends
everyone.
and family.
Yeah,
Let's
you're
go.
selling tickets.
I've heard some people say that maybe we should normalize that.
I mean,
I think that's ridiculous.
Isn't the gift essentially the charge to attend the wedding?
Right. Especially if you're making people travel, they got to get a hotel.
My gift is the way out of the wedding. That's how I told you, my best friend's daughter's getting married.
You're giving them
Kansas.
a double win then.
I'm like, whatever. He's like, hey, will you come? He actually wanted me to come sing a song because I sang at his wedding and played guitar at their first dance. And I go, bro, I can't sing anymore. The seals and radio has ruined my voice. I cannot sing. And he's like, I don't believe you. I'm like, I swear to God. All right, well, will you come anyway? It's in June in Wichita. No, but I'm going to send you a $500 gift to get out of it.
So it's literally, this app is like buying a ticket to a concert or a sporting event where you can just go on and there's a couple seats
like
left.
Seat Geek or something
like
for
the
a wedding.
pick. Exactly.
Do they tell you like what they'll be serving at the meal and stuff? If I'm buying a ticket, I want to know that, I'm getting a pretty good meal out of it.
Like is Bobby Cressy's band playing?
We've got.
I'm sure they put all the details on there.
Top shelf level, alcohol, or is it
beer
just
and wine only?
And beer and wine only?
Right.
I want to know some of these details before I'm buying a ticket to a
and
wedding.
Also, if you are a little nervous, if you're having the wedding and you're setting up this app, you do know that there is a verification process. It says they're going to be using a third party that uses IDs and biometric scans. All that information gets sent to the couple that's hosting the wedding. They can decide if they want to go through and invite this total stranger and try to recoup some of their costs. Again, I don't think it'd be for me, but I suppose I can understand if somebody was like, screw it. There's 300 people invited. We only really know like 75 of them anyways.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I'm
You're
just
like,
thinking, you sit down at the table and there's people you don't know, and you go, "Oh, are you with the bride's side or the groom's side?" No, I just bought a ticket.
I bought a ticket. I wanted to see this.
Don't know either of them.
I wanted to see these two crazy kids tie the knot today and get this chicken. This chicken and the rice.
Is it not one of for me, one of my favorite parts of Twitter is seeing Bobby Cressy's wedding food when he plays a wedding.
It's the
and
best.
he always shows you the meal.
Yeah.
That they serve the band at the wedding chicken,
wedding roast, or
wedding
whatever.
pot roast,
Yeah.
wedding whatever,
It's
every
incredible.
single time.
That kills me every time. Corporate chicken. If he plays a corporate gig.
So the app came out a month ago. They've got over 300 potential guests have already signed up looking to crash some weddings, and there's 10 participating weddings already on there. I was trying to see if they had has anyone actually done it yet, or is it all still in the planning process? Because I was curious how much they charged. But I'm looking, this story came from some radio station's website, KJZZ, Jazz.
K what?
KJZZ.
KJZZ. I don't even know where that's from.
Those are your call letters?
Yeah, I'm sure they're a jazz station.
KJZZ.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
They don't...
Home of the Utah Jazz basketball team.
You can't even say it.
Can't even say
it. Sounds like. But
Jazz.
Made me laugh. I didn't really actually click on the website. I just wanted to say that this came from KJZZ.
KJ.
Boy, I mean, ours is KWFN.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. The Fan. KWFN.
K. Any tower in California starts with a K.
Correct. West of the Mississippi is K. East of the Mississippi is W. South of the border is X. North of the border is C.
Very good.
There you go.
There are a couple of exceptions of really old school stations that are W's, I think, West, but that's neither here nor there. Sorry.
K-Jazz.
Yes, K-Jazz.
And then finally, I will wrap it up here. Got a story of a disgruntled former employee who is now Going to be doing some jail time. And we go to Grapevine, Texas.
My hometown.
Where did you go to high school?
Grapevine High School.
Really?
Me, Post Malone, Chip Gaines.
And this guy. Let's see, where is his name? Deshaun Jones.
Did not know him.
Deshaun Jones is a guy that used to work for a local Chick-fil-A in Grapevine, Texas.
Okay.
He was fired. Doesn't say why he was fired, but he was very disgruntled. And it says here that after he was fired, he came back to his restaurant location in his street clothes, by the way. He's wearing like a vest, a baseball hat backwards, and jeans. He just walks right behind the counter as if, hey, good to see you guys. How you been? I know it's been a couple of weeks. Walks right behind the counter and walks up to a register. Nobody stops him. I got security footage right here. He just walks right up.
Yeah.
You can even see, I think somebody's sitting at a booth there in the background. He decided to get back at the man that fired him from his job. And so his method was he went behind the register, went up to the point of service machine.
Yep.
And he decided to ring up 800 orders of macaroni and cheese trays and then issue refunds back to his personal card. That ended up being a total of about $80,000 worth of mac and cheese refunds from one single Chick-fil-A restaurant.
Can't believe he didn't get away with this.
Right.
I know.
Right there on camera with no disguise.
Also, I'm sure there was a transaction record of exactly where the money went to.
$80,000.
$80,000. It actually took police a few days to find him. He just walked right out the door. They were not able to find him for a few days. He was then taken into custody, facing charges of property theft, money laundering, and evading arrest.
What did he spend the money on? Did he have time to spend it?
No, I don't think so. Right?
I mean, even if you were to get away, like you got to.
You put it back to your credit card. Yeah, the credit card company is just not going to immediately issue you $80,000 in cash.
It wasn't a wire transfer. It's even like if you're not stealing money and you're getting reimbursed or something, you return something like, all right, it's gonna be 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah.
Check your statement. It'll, you'll see a charge drop off there by the end of the week.
Do you guys do the Venmo, pay the 99 cents to get it ASAP, or do
No.
you hit the I'll wait till Wednesday?
Depends.
Yeah, it depends. Depends on how we're doing.
Depends.
Yeah.
If it's a big Venmo or something, you're like, I can use that.
Somebody just said Grapevine High School just got disqualified from state baseball championship for recruitment violations.
I assumed every school in Texas is recruiting all the time
and violating all the time.
I mean, I didn't think there were any rules, honestly, in Texas.
Yeah, I gotta dig in
The public school.
Yeah, public school.
I mean, you're not. That would be the. You can't. Public school can't. You have a district or that you're zoned for or whatever. You can't just drive kids in an hour outside.
That never
for public
happens.
School. No, that's why they have
all the time.
private schools and charter schools.
They did it with football players when I was there. Yeah, guys.
It's Texas.
Yeah, it's Texas.
I'm saying it was probably illegal though.
Crazy, man.
Like we had a rival high school down the street from me
in the district. It happens.
See, I grew up in the suburbs, and we had a rival high school down the street that was a Catholic private school, and they were able to have kids drive in from an hour outside just because they were really, really good at basketball or football or baseball.
Yeah, I'm going to dig into more of that story. I want to find out what's going on at my alma mater.
Well, it's a good round report.
Thank you, Paul.
Find a wedding for us to buy a ticket to. We can all go together.
I mean, it did say some of the reported ticket prices ranged from $25 to $75, and
reasonable.
Honestly, if you like going out and getting dressed up, and maybe you got a wedding coming up in a year that you're planning for, and you're like, maybe go get some ideas. Not the worst idea.
Good place to meet a date, maybe?
Go solo.
Yeah.
We did the COVID wedding, so I didn't have the big 200, 300 people type wedding, but how many people do you really know anyways there? And it's your mom and dad's friends and stuff, right? Family, extended family.
Interesting.
All right.
I'll pass.
Let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We still can look ahead. We got game 2 of the series between the Padres and the Giants all coming up. Maybe we'll spin the topic wheel as well with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours.
Here on the Padres at Petco Park, America's #1 ballpark. This Thursday, May 7th, 7:10 p.m., the Padres host the St. Louis Cardinals. The first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a flame-throwing Mason Miller bobblehead presented by Cox. Whether he's shutting down batters or throwing an immaculate inning, Miller always brings the heat with his fastballs. Don't wait to secure your tickets. Visit Padres.com/tickets.
Find the Mason Miller of hitting.
Ooh. What would that look like? Well, Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. Yeah. Right.
He was pretty much that much better than everybody else on the planet when he did it. Speaking of Thursday, I mentioned earlier that Denver has a major snowstorm incoming. Colorado Rockies just announced they have postponed today's game, and tomorrow's game will be moved back from a day game to a night game to try to allow the storm to pass, and then they will make up today's game on Thursday. I guess it was an off day for both the Mets and the Rockies. So just hoping to still get the series in just after both of the games that's scheduled to be played. So Wednesday night, Thursday day game.
They're probably not mad about it. They could use a little breather.
Probably.
And
both teams, actually.
Both teams. Well, the Mets have won 2 in a row, I think, for them, which is good. And I would kill to win 2 in a row.
Now they're just snowed in their hotel.
Do you remember when we would win 2 in a row?
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was.
I like that.
I will remind everyone.
Oh, no.
Padres are 6 games above
Get
500.
it, Paulie. Get it? If they lose today, they'll be 5.
Yeah.
And if they lose the next day, they'll be 4.
Well, that's true. If they just keep losing, that number will go down. No doubt about it.
But will go down.
But right now,
but you'll be in Bandon Dunes, so who cares?
Yeah,
You'll be
fair
having the time of your life. Paulie and I will be here to pick up the shrapnel.
If worse comes to worse, when I get back from Bandon, they could be below 500.
They could.
Right, like 1 game below 500.
Craig Stammen and I just butting heads on
They
Friday
lose
without
every
you.
single game.
Are you going to record some questions to play for him? Or
No,
what?
I've got you. I trust you implicitly.
All right.
You're
You
going to
will
be able to handle it.
You will have all
without me.
the liners cut, though, right? Those are all already done.
I think most of them are the same.
they're
So
still
if
good.
Paulie,
They're the same?
Paulie
Okay.
still has them. They should be good.
You still have them.
Ben & Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
Somebody said, he said, do the topic wheel with Craig. You spin it and be like, oh, here's one. Why can't you guys hit? You just do
It's
all
just the topic
baseball.
wheel.
All right, topic wheel
This is
asks,
weird.
why does every call-up look like Nolan Ryan against the Padres? Weird. How did that happen?
Craig, I don't know how these topics got in there, but this is just the way that it works. It populates
It's not
by
us.
itself.
It's AI.
It's
coming
AI.
up with this or
Craig's topic
something.
will
Yeah.
ask, what's your problem?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I was not unhappy with how Craig Stammen handled it. He said he gave Trevor McDonald his credit, but also said we need to
also
take
gotta fight
better
him, yeah.
at bats. We got to fight better. We got to do more offensively at the plate than we did in that game, which is I think is a good balance. If you're the manager, you don't want to insult the other guy going, yeah, he was terrible. We were just worse. You're never going to hear a manager say that.
Yeah.
But, he kind of balanced it. Yeah, give the guys credit, but also we need to be better
Hudman
at home plate.
in the chat says 2023 was the last WBC. We said all season long the offense will turn it around. They never did. Is the 2026 WBC season just a coincidence? Listen, there are guys that played in the WBC that are murdering the baseball. Aaron Judge is one of them. I mean, he played in the WBC. Bryce Harper has hit homer. He's homering again. He's back to kind of where he needs to be. I'm not going to blame the World Baseball Classic for the Padres' offensive woes because they had them last year when there was no WBC. It's just offensively not a good team. And they got to find a way to figure it out. I don't have the answers. If I did, I wouldn't be here. I'd be down there. Right now, I would currently be in San Francisco. If I had the answers to what ails the Padres offense. But no, all these are excuses. Souza is an excuse. All of it's Berdar and V Mart and everybody else couldn't wait to get rid of Victor Martinez. And the Astros are hitting. They're just not pitching. They have some of the worst pitching in baseball, but they're hitting. So again, I think you look inward. Is what I would tell the players. It's not.
Somebody just asked, would the Padres be playing better with Baumel or with Schilt?
They did this with Schilt and Baumel. This is.
I mean, yeah. At some point, you got to look at what are the constants here?
Sorry, not V Mart. V Rod, not V Mart. Victor Martinez is completely different.
That's a different person.
Different person. Also a good hitter. Yeah, V Rod.
V Rod.
Yeah.
I think when you look at an offense as a whole, you expect most guys to perform around their averages. Some guys are going to underperform, and maybe a couple of guys are going to overperform. Right now, Padres have way too many underperformers and not enough overperformers. I mean, the only overperformers
can't be
Luis Camposano, Ty France. And by the way, those are the two leaders on the Padres in WAR right now at 0.7 and 0.6. Miguel Andujar's been pretty decent. Yep. I mean, and for what they've asked from him, he is delivered, just 0.2 WAR, but that's because he very rarely plays the field, so he gets no credit defensively. Xander's been, I would take Xander at 745 OPS and got a half WAR so far, so that would be like a 3 WAR season for Xander. I'm okay with that. Everybody else, underperforming. Even Ramon Laureano, who got off to his hot start, Manny Machado, Gavin Sheets, Jackson Merrill, obviously Fernando Tatis Jr., Freddie Fermin, Nick Castellanos, Jake Cronenworth. You have way more underperformers than overperformers. You really just want guys to get back to right around their career norms, and this should be an okay offense. Not a world beater offense, but you can't have this many guys underperform at the same time and expect to be doing anything collectively at the plate.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty confounding. Just kind of, again, the hope and crossing your fingers that they'll get it figured out it's tough. And I don't know that fans like hearing that. But
I think the thing that confuses me so much during this stretch is you can't go anywhere online, name the website or the app or the publication without, like, how many screenshots have you seen of like Fernando Tatis Jr. in particular,
dude,
from you name it?
Look at this swing and this
look at
year.
this, look at that. And I go, if it was that easy and that simple, like, how do we all see that and say that? And then you're like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
they're not just like going, we have no idea. They're analyzing all these things far more than we are.
And I know he's grinding on it.
But if it's like, we're talking like launch angle specifically, it's like, are they, because we haven't seen any change in results really. I'm like, are they just like, no, that's not the problem. No, stay the plan.
We've seen a noticeable change in Fernando over the last couple of weeks for the worse. He's made some changes and they have made him worse what he has done. He's not working. He is putting in the work. He is making changes and he is getting actively worse at the plate when he is doing it. He would have been better off doing nothing and just taking the results he was getting. But that was always the danger. When you are hitting the ball hard, squaring it up, but not lifting it and getting home runs, you can make changes, but they're not guaranteed to be positive changes.
Well, even if he's made
all
negative the right changes, though, even the right changes that you're supposed to do, it takes a lot of time before that becomes natural. I mean, Ben, when was the last time you like did a significant tweak to your golf swing?
Never.
Like you felt like you had never swung
my
a
swing
club
doesn't
before.
change at all.
Never.
And I know it's not perfect, but at this point, I feel like it would be so hard to undo all my feels, like that. It would be take me months to get into a new swing.
If not years.
And I can't do that, on like the start of a golf trip. It's hard to do that during a baseball season. He needs to find a tiny tweak that just gets him locked in. Sometimes though, you're not playing well and just one little mental key kind of gets you locked back in. Like I was struggling and then I thought I just need to turn a little bit more.
Yeah, it's turn.
It's the same swing. It's just one swing thought that gets you locked back in. And I think for baseball players, that tends to be more of what happens during the season.
Honestly, it's you need to simplify, if you're him and get back to, it's hard to look in the mirror and go, no, you're really good at this. Like he's a really good baseball player. There's no denying that. I do attribute a lot of this to mental for this team. And again, they'll come around. I am confident that Manny Machado will start hitting better and that Fernando Tatis Jr. will start hitting better. I am, because history has proven me correct. So I don't think we're at the fall off a cliff period yet. I don't. So I think we're good. You got Logan Webb. You're going to have to make an adjustment today. He's going to be the exact same guy that you saw last night, except maybe even a little bit sharper. So how does that work?
I mean, they lost 5 of 7 to open the season.
Yep.
They've lost 5 of their last 7 now. It's going to happen probably at least 2 more times this year. That's baseball season.
Yep.
Got to minimize them though. Now you're in the point where you don't want it to go on much longer.
Yep.
Or you're starting to do damage. If you turn around and run off, win 5 out of your next 6 games, we will not even think about this stretch at all. If they lose another 4 out of 6, then all of a sudden you've undone all your good work.
Boy, it's hard to envision 5 out of 6 though when you're in the middle of it like this.
No doubt. No doubt.
But when they were 2-5, it was really hard to envision them winning 17 of their next 21 games.
Yeah. Very true.
And then they did. All right, we will take our final timeout. We'll come back, pitching matchup for tonight and some topic wheel to wrap things up before Braden and Frank right here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Ben and Woods wrapping things up on a Tuesday. Padres baseball coming up again at 6:45 tonight at Oracle Park in San Francisco. And it does appear to be that the scheduled starters are, in fact, Walker Buehler and Logan Webb.
I need Walker.
For game 2 of the series.
I need Walker Buehler to channel his inner Dodger. You know, the big rivalry between the Dodgers and the Giants. Pretend you're wearing blue and white. And you're facing the Giants tonight, Walker, and don't walk a bunch of guys. And, oh, my God. This chip ready for tomorrow, too. I can already feel it right now. I mean,
Walker Buehler's periphery numbers have actually been quite a bit better than Waldron or Marquez's.
What a bar to set.
Well,
hey,
I mean,
you're
like
better
three something fifth, like solid, solid numbers. His actual ERA has been quite a bit higher.
You're
but
better than Marquez and Matt Waldron.
Twice as good, actually, according to those numbers, but hasn't really seen it consistently on the mound from Walker Buehler.
Just gets himself into, some trouble. He gets himself in trouble. He walks too many guys. So.
This should be a lineup. I mean, Casey Schmidt looks dangerous right now.
Yeah, he looks locked in.
Arise is going to always be able to dump in a hit or two.
Eldridge is scary because he strikes out a ton, but he is just massive. He's like massive power. Look, let's be honest. Which one of these lineups, Ben, is licking their chops over the other starting pitcher tonight?
The Giants.
The Giants they can't wait to get to the ballpark today.
But last night it was the Padres that were probably licking their chops.
But were
it
they?
Didn't work out that way.
But were they? So I don't know. Not confident right now. It's okay.
I can see that.
It happens. It's the ebbs and flows.
You didn't use a chip because you were overly confident.
Correct.
So I'm not surprised that you're not confident. Probably going to be a lower scoring game as they tend to be in San Francisco. And with both offenses near the bottom of the league right now, you're probably going to have to win a close one. And Padres will have their back end of the bullpen. I mean,
they're fresh.
Yeah, they're fresh. Should be ready to go. If you could just find yourself a 2-1 lead after 5 or 6 innings, you can
Take your
generally
chances,
convert that into victories a lot of the time. That's the Padres formula that we've been looking for. See if they can follow through on that one tonight. All right, let's check traffic one last time, and then we can spin the topic wheel and wrap things up here on a Tuesday.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
National City, a crash on the 5 North just before the 15 has traffic backed up from before the 54. Meanwhile, the 805 is jam-packed northbound from the 54 to the 94.
Traffic brought to you by Albertsons, Vons, and Pavilions. It's barbecue season. Time to dust off the grill and head on over to Vons or Albertsons. Get fresh 80% lean ground beef. Now just $3.99 a pound when you buy 3 pounds or more with membership where applicable. Shop in store or online at Vons or Albertsons.com.
Dang it. I'm sorry. I think we just did this one. It didn't get deleted. Right? We did Would You Rather Be Too Hot or Too Cold?
Oh, yeah, we definitely did that one. That was actually one of the more intriguing discussions, as we all ended up on too hot, even though we hate being hot.
Yeah.
No, I would rather be too cold.
I'd rather be too
you
cold.
Were too cold?
Yeah, I was too cold, too.
Too cold's miserable.
I think. I don't remember. I never know.
The two is the key word, though. I'd rather be cold than hot, but too cold is really bad.
Yeah, maybe I said hot.
Ooh, okay, this is a good one. What is your all-time favorite plot twist in a movie?
Oh, man. That's a really good one. Oh, The Fugitive. When I find out it was his buddy that was involved in it.
Spoiler.
It's like 40 years old. When I found out, what's the guy's name? The handsome
Dr.
He was with Provasic, and he was
Devlin McGregor.
He was changing the. I was blown away.
It wasn't Lentz. It was Dr. Charles Nichols.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe.
Seemed like a nice guy. They didn't make him creepy at all. They made him totally like. He's like, gave money to Richard. He's like wanted to help him out. Like,
is he smarter than you? Yeah. He's like, yeah, he's the smartest that there's ever. I was like, there's no way this guy's a heel.
You were totally on his side,
dude.
And then he was the bad guy.
That shocked me. It shocked me. You know, people will say Sixth Sense. That was pretty nuts.
It almost bothers me that I didn't see it coming, but I didn't see it coming.
I didn't either, man. I did not either.
When they go back and they show you how you missed it the whole way through, and I go,
feel like an idiot.
How did I miss that? Because I'm usually so good at catching those, and they made it pretty obvious. And how did I miss that one?
Wasn't there red involved?
I mean, he had the blood. I mean, it was the scene when he arrives late for dinner, and the wife, and she doesn't say anything to him, and she just grabs the bill and walks away, and he thinks he's there with her, and she's just mad.
She's mad,
and you don't ever realize it when they're when Cole and his mom are in the room, and he sits down in the chair, and she walks out because it looks like she was waiting for him to arrive, but she never was.
I need to go back and watch it.
I couldn't believe that I did not catch that.
Dominic says the poster reveal in Shawshank it's elite. Now I read the book before I saw the movie, so I knew it was coming. But that is an elite part.
I would go.
Oh, Miss Futzy Bridges! And he throws the rocks. It's elite.
I'd probably go more modern, lighthearted movie. Crazy Stupid Love. When all the storylines come together,
and you're like, what?
And you're just like, the whole time.
You've never seen it, right?
I don't think so.
Ryan Gosling, Steve Carell. Never saw it?
I don't think so, no.
Really good.
But I won't ruin it too much.
Right.
And then Interstellar also got me like realizing
that was good.
How the beginning of the movie fit in at the end. Like it was just like, oh my God, that was just mind blowing.
If you like that, have you seen Arrival? Unoso 95 points that one out as well. That one plays with your mind a little bit. Yes.
No, I have not.
About the aliens who arrive and she has to figure out their language to communicate with them.
No.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Good one. I like
that.
Or
twists at the end.
Charles Nichols, man. Got me.
Dr.
Did not
Charles
see that coming,
Nichols.
right? You did not see that coming. Not even close. Couldn't believe it.
And Harrison Ford plays it so well when he realizes it. Like, he's not mad. He's like, oh, it was my best friend.
It was my best buddy.
And I didn't realize
my wife killed, like the whole bit.
And and he plays it so subtly, like, Going to see
Switch to samples.
I'm going to see a friend.
I told you this just before. My wife hates that movie, and I was I don't understand it. I'm like, you can't hate that movie.
The only scene I don't like is when he jumps off the dam.
Oh yeah,
I feel like
he's dead.
No one's survived.
Nobody's survived this. Not some soft doctor either.
Everything
right?
else is like he's clever. He does what he needs to do. With that one, he just jumped off. That was just like
500 feet in the air and just swan dives into the dam. What's waiting?
Peter Pan, right?
Peter Pan, right?
Like Peter Pan.
It's good. Like it. One more, Paulie.
What is the first sign that tells you it's going to be a bad day?
Oh, let's see. Your child gets into bed with you at midnight. You vomit.
It's something morning. It's like
you vomit 3 times.
Stubbing a toe or stepping on like a toy or something.
Pissing rain on you the minute you walk outside. You know, everything that happened to me this morning. Let me know today was going to be a bad day.
I don't really believe that small signs are indicative of.
You hate signs.
Bigger things.
You do not believe in signs. You don't.
I mean,
you can always turn it around.
Yeah, that's what I always like to think. Yeah, just because a couple of bad things happen, it does not mean you are destined for a bad day the rest of the day.
At the end of the day, when you look back, you go, I should have seen this coming, man. I threw up 3 times and my kid was kicking me.
I will say
all
the
night.
one thing that generally puts me in a mood that it's hard to get out of is then when I get just a constant stream of bad texts like you've got to do this. It was this and this. And it's like you feel like you're falling behind already and you're not doing anything other than looking at your phone. And it's like, looking at your phone. And Adam texts something and you get a text from home and it's like, don't forget this and that. And it's like, I already had a bunch of stuff to do today. Leave me alone. Stop just throwing more things at me while I'm just sitting here doing nothing. And the phone just keeps buzzing at me.
Dominic, East Coast Padres fans, waking up, watching 13 in a row retired to start the day sucks. 100%, man. You East Coasters, I don't know how you do it. I would find a new team. I think if I was on the East Coast, you know what? I don't know that these guys are worthy of my pain and suffering.
The temptation to check the score before you watch the replay to determine whether or not it's worth watching.
I know.
Yeah.
Would be so strong because I would hate to
every
commit
game
myself
on the East Coast, right?
to watching a stupid loss. But if you found out that they won, then you've wrecked the joy of finding out
I don't
the
agree.
win sometimes.
I like looking down at my phone if I'm coaching a Little League game and the Padres up 6-1. I'm like, yes, I can't wait to go back and watch it. I'm not disappointed at all. I think it's great.
That about it. I don't think we have enough time for another full spin. So I will tease tomorrow's program. It is a Big League Wednesday. We will have our Odyssey insider, Brett Boone, joining us. I'll guess Ben Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It is not big bank banking. It is better. We will have a day game tomorrow as well to get ready for. Hopefully, Padres going for a series win over the Giants and not trying to avoid getting swept. Padres have not been swept in a series all season long. I know there's still 2 games left, but you certainly feel a little nervous about this one, the way they're not hitting the baseball. Let's see, 2 runs, 4 runs, 0 runs, 2 runs, 4 runs, 3 runs in the last 6 games for the San Diego Padres.
Try to be positive means they're due for an offensive outbreak.
I would like that.
I would too.
All right, let's get out of here. That is it for us. Braden and Frank are coming up next. They'll take you until 2:00. For executive producer Paul Reindl and Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Tuesday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.